the Papa John's Bowl. I believe they weren't selling Papa John's at the stadium.
Interesting.
A lot of the bathrooms were locked, not even open. I think it was a weird deal. But
what's worse? Hold on, real quick. What's worse, Ellerbe, that or the Military Bowl at RFK?
Neck and neck. Neck and neck.
Because I've heard a lot of complaints about that one too.
It was sunny the day of the Birmingham Bowl, so and actually they had everybody sitting on the shady side, and so I was with my dad and a couple other friends, and we moved around to the other side so we could be in the sun and get some sun, because it was obviously still December, a little bit chilly, but at least in the sun you were kind of like getting a little vitamin D, you're kind of warm.
Right.
RFK was cold. They still had ice on like the steps when you were walking down to the seats, and I was excited about RFK just because as a kid I was thinking it was historic, but historic actually is a word for meaning a dump.
Old,
prehistoric.
Prehistoric.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, so Willie, not into the Birmingham Bowl. How about the opponent, Coastal Carolina?
I mean, to me, man, it's like, why couldn't we play somebody? If we got to go to this trash bowl, why not play somebody that's going to really, get some excitement around it, right? Like, I don't know. I just don't get excited about Coastal Carolina. I mean, I don't think they got a bad program right now, but I'm not excited about it, man.
Let's run down the Willie Smith checklist of what's important bowl checklist. Number one is what?
So number one,
as a player, number one,
you want to go somewhere. Well, number one, you want good gifts. Like as a player, you want to get good gifts.
Swag bag,
right?
So swag bag's number one. It doesn't matter location at this point.
Right. That's the first thing.
If the Birmingham Bowl had
the newest PlayStation.
Yes. Give us some examples of swag.
Right.
Give us some swag that players would be excited about.
So gaming systems, the newest systems out, any kind of tech packs that they give in. More important than that, though, is, man, giving money. Like, the players want money, man, and if they're getting a lot of money, man, you're excited. Okay. No matter where you're going, you're excited.
Money and swag, number one.
Right. So that's number one. Number two, city, man. You want to be somewhere that, you want to be excited to go. Like, who's excited about going to Birmingham? Like, what's exciting about, like, I can see if we're going to Atlanta, or, we're going to, Orlando. Like, it's something fun about that. Like, there's nothing fun about going to freaking Birmingham, man.
I think you could say that all 365 days.
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, just bowl season. I just don't think, hey, Willie, we're going to see Grandma in Birmingham.
Why can't Grandma move somewhere nice?
Grandma's still with us?
Yeah. No,
all right,
true.
Number two location. So you prefer, obviously, maybe warm?
Yeah, somewhere warm. Obviously, Florida in the wintertime, that's where you want to be.
Does the stadium matter in the location? If the location,
I mean, you want to play on somewhere where they got a good field, so you don't want to go somewhere where it's,
because the Boca Raton Bowl is in a nice warm area, but the stadium, I've never been to that stadium, but it doesn't. It looks kind of like an erector set for what? But I mean, you guys are just on the field, but how does that qualify versus obviously going to maybe the Tampa stadium where it's an NFL stadium?
Yeah, no, the field makes a difference. Not so much for the guys in the trench, but the speed guys. Like, if the field isn't just right, when they're doing their cuts, their foot can get a little stuck if the ground is a little soggy or whatever it is, if they don't got proper drainage. There's a lot of things that happen with the field. So that makes a difference as well when you're thinking about that. And then, what's the other thing on my list is, you want to play somebody that, you can get excited about playing, like a Coastal Carolina, man. Like, you're not excited about that, because as a player, this might be your last opportunity to put out some good film for the scouts to see, hey, this guy got a chance to play at the next level. Like, you want to play against somebody that's going to bring something to the table.
Do you want to play against a Power 5 opponent?
Hey, I want to play against the best that I could play against, man, because this is my last. I mean, for these seniors, this is their last chance to show that they can play at the next level.
But what about people that aren't seniors, that like Keaton Mitchell or other, C.J. Johnson, a lot of players?
Even better, because now your draft stock is going to go up. If you can go out and compete against somebody that's better than you, theoretically supposed to be better than you, and you go outshine them, then, man, if it's not draft time for you, your stock just went up. So that's a benefit. Like, the great players want to play other great players.
I asked this to Kevin Monroe last week. I'll ask you, Willie. Do you remember playing in those bowl games? Was it an exhibition game? Did it feel like a championship game? Like, how does playing in a bowl game compare to like a Week 5 matchup against Memphis or something like that? Like, what's the mindset playing in one of those postseason bowl games for you?
Yeah, it definitely has a different feel to it. All throughout the week they have all these different events they have you going to, joint dinners and things like this. So, you're constantly seeing the other team. But when you get to game day, that first quarter is always like, what kind of game we playing right now? But then as you start competing against the guy in front of you, it's like, the competitor in you wants to win. Yeah. So you get to the point where you get real competitive and you want to try to win the game. So that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
I guess it is a lot different because you never really see the opponent until warm-ups on game day. And then I guess you spend a lot more time with your teammates too, because normally you meet up at practice over at the athletic complex, but not everybody goes back to the same place the whole time. So it's a whole different vibe in a way. But does it feel more like a regular season game, or does it feel more like kind of an exhibition?
It feels more like an exhibition just because, like you said, it's so much more free time. You're hanging out with the guys a lot more. You're installing plays, but it just got a different feel to it.
There's also, and I'm a non-player, obviously, but it's like there's no stakes to it. Like, if you win, your season's over. If you lose, your season's over.
Right.
So there's that too. But like you said, you want to play every rep, play every play, every game to prove something and to put something on tape. I remember Bryce Williams, we'll talk to him at 5, but he was telling us how when they would go to those events, he didn't remember a lot of junk talk between the teams, but he remembered a lot of like sizing up, like everybody kind of putting their chest out, like we're bigger than you got. Like, what do you remember about being at those events with other teams? Did you yap at all? Like, was it just kind of looking like, well,
that's very good. That Bryce brought that up, because that's exactly what you're thinking. Like, man, dang, them dudes kind of like, it's either, man, them guys are real big over there, or man, this dude's kind of small. We're gonna run these guys over. So you're definitely playing that game. But I want to think back to I think it was the Hawaii Bowl, man. We was out some kind of beach event, and then the guys started, chirping a little bit, and that's what makes the game exciting when you get to the game and like, okay, y'all were doing all that talking, let's see what you got, So that's the time where it is kind of more of an exciting game when there's some bad blood, so to speak. There.
Willie, you're one of the bigger humans I know, and with that being said, what takes it for you to look over across the room and say, that's a big dude over there? Because you're a pretty impressive stature yourself.
Yeah. No, you're very right in what you're saying. It's really, really rare for me to see somebody that's bigger than me that have to be like, wow, that's something big. Like, but when I played with the San Diego Chargers, man, I remember I had just got picked up. It was like week 13, and we had our first meeting. And I walk in, I'm getting there early, right, in the meeting room. And King Dunlap walks in, and he has to duck his head to walk into the freaking room. And I was like, that son of a gun is here. So every now and then that does happen, but you got to be 6'9" for me to say, okay, like that's some guy, he's big.
Do you ever like going around just petting people on the head? How you doing?
And not from a tall perspective, or from a big man perspective. Linville Joseph, you got to see him at practice quite a bit, so you got to see big. Every day. Which, by the way, how about Linville back in the NFL with the Eagles right now?
Man, that's awesome, man. I'm excited for him, man. To be able to keep playing, this game that we all love. Hey, hats off to him, man, for being able to play as long as he have.
They talked about Monday Night Football last night in the pregame show about how Tom Brady and the guys just love football so much, and it's so hard. Steve Young talked about the transition of giving it up, because eventually it all ends at some point, but it is, I guess, cool to see Linville kind of pick his spot and be able to get back in and get some more reps.
Absolutely, man. And then to be able to go to a winning team, you don't get no better than that. To have an opportunity to get a Super Bowl ring, man, that's exciting.
All right, I hope Linville doesn't get one this year just because the team he's on, but no offense, Linville. Willie Smith joining us here. Jonathan says, Jonathan Fields on Facebook, as a fan, I will say the Liberty Bowls, when we won those championships and played SEC opponents, felt like big-time games. So did the Hawaii Bowl because you played Boise. Well, maybe that's why Willie feels the way he feels, because Willie is in all those games, playing SEC, playing Boise State. Remember Ellerbe on the, and I wonder if Willie knows, like they do the fan vote or whatever, and Boise State had like 99.9% of the vote to win the game. Were y'all aware of that?
Yeah. You know they brought that up. Yeah.
Skip made sure to mention that a few times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, you were playing some good competition there. I guess from my standpoint, I'd hate the looking down on an opponent, kind of like when we play Florida, and it's like, all right, they've got 3 guys sitting out because they don't care about the bowl. They're starting a backup running back, all this stuff. Like, it doesn't even – I want the game to matter to both teams, and I do feel like, at least for ECU and Coastal, it will matter.
This game kind of reminds me of the last bowl game the Pirates did win, the Beef O'Brady's Bowl, where the Pirates – played Ohio, a team that most Pirate fans didn't respect because they're in the MAC. This Coastal Carolina's in the Sun Belt, a program that had done well under Frank Solich. But I think it was a game that pretty much Pirate Nation, hands down, expected to win. Right. I mean, I would think most Pirate fans are expecting to get win number 8, and I'm sure when we talk to the Coastal Carolina folks, they're expecting to get win number 10, depending on the health of their quarterback and some of the other things going on. But I mean,
should we be poo-pooing Coastal Carolina? They've had double-digit win seasons the last 2 years and 9 this year, and are they more relevant than we are right now? I mean, they've had big games on ESPN. Remember that COVID year? Wasn't it undefeated Coastal and BYU or one loss? They got together and played.
Mullets versus the Mormons?
Yeah. And they were kind of in the spotlight. So
no, they got the green field going on. They've kind of got the swag. I mean, their coach just left and got $4 million at Liberty. I mean, I think Coastal Carolina's got a lot of
So
pomp and circumstance to their program.
Who have they played that was a real team this year?
There you go. That's a good question.
They do have a common opponent, and they lost to Old Dominion, and East Carolina beat Old Dominion this year. So they have 3 losses. They've lost their last 2.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with their quarterback. They lost to Troy in the Sun Belt Championship game and got drilled the week before by
James Madison.
Madison. And then their final regular season game, or one of their final regular season game against Virginia, got canceled because of the tragedy that happened in Charlottesville. So
they beat Southern Miss, they beat App State, they beat Marshall, teams kind of we're used to seeing. They beat Georgia State, but as Ellerbe said, lost to James Madison, got blown out. And I wonder if this is coach has a foot out the door type of stuff, because they get blown out by James Madison and then get beat by 19 to Troy. Troy is ranked, by the way, at number 23 in the country. But you start to see this. You saw it with Lane Kiffin, his name started to float around, and Ole Miss started to lose late in the year. He's not going anywhere, but you wonder if those distractions happen late in the year.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that went up with Lane Kiffin was his pay. I mean, his win and loss total went down. But I don't know, man. The bowl thing is crazy. I agree with you. I think I've always said it from day one. You shouldn't. I mean, East Carolina got sent to the Military Bowl last year, a stadium that they play in regularly in Annapolis. UAB's joining the conference. I mean, it's like, what reward is it to send your team to the city? I mean, I don't think you could go to any team in college football and say, hey, have a great year, we're going to send you to Birmingham. Yeah. And that's going to get people to run through a brick wall game 1 on September 2nd.
Right.
I mean, I don't care where you are. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The
argument to that could be, I don't know if it's fair or not, but devil's advocate, have a better season, win more games.
Well, don't have a Birmingham Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying don't have a Birmingham Bowl. Do they still have the Mobile Bowl? I didn't even look and see where that is. I mean, there's enough NFL stadiums, enough. I mean, the Boca Raton, at least it's in north of Miami. You know, I mean, you can do stuff. You can go to the beach.
Right.
You can. There's things to do now. Orlando, Tampa, they have Busch Gardens, Disney World. There's things to do. I'm just not sold on certain cities that Frisco, Texas, Birmingham, Alabama.
Let's do Willie. Where is Birmingham ranked on Willie's power rankings? Would you rather play in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl or Birmingham Bowl?
That's in Boise.
Yeah, Idaho.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, is it cold there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold.
Yeah.
But I'll probably rather play in that cold potato state.
Boy, that tells you how bad Birmingham is. How about New Mexico versus Birmingham? New Mexico, you're at least going to get warm weather.
Yeah, it's going to be warm. It's probably going to be dry there, too, though.
Yeah.
But I would still go there over Birmingham, man.
Wow.
I mean, for crying out loud, UAB's going to the Bahamas Bowl. You talking about the team that won this? They're getting out of Birmingham.
Wow.
They're going to the Bahamas Bowl.
They have to be there year-round, Ellerbe. They are giving them a gift out of town.
Wow.
I don't know if I can find one then that Willie would rather play Birmingham than Ellerbe. Do you have one on the list? I mean, if it's not Idaho, how about Shreveport? Where's that? Louisiana?
Yeah, Shreveport. The
Independence Bowl.
That's neck and neck right there. That is very much neck and neck. A lot of the other ones have like domes and cities.
Yeah.
San Antonio. I mean, there's things to do.
Quick Lane is in Detroit.
Yeah, that would be a tough
They
one.
do play indoors, but you're going to be walking through some ice and snow to get there.
Yeah.
What do you think, Detroit or Birmingham?
I've never been to Detroit, man, so I think I'll take that one over.
I think I see a pattern here.
Yeah. It's only because you haven't been to Detroit.
You know what, Willie? I thought you were going to come in and I could get you to change your mind. And no, you're giving me good reasons why you don't like the Birmingham Bowl.
Was the Liberty Bowl fun? Was that a good experience?
Yeah, that was fun.
Even back to back?
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun.
And I guess that felt like a destination. Like that was, unfortunately, that time, that was about the best ECU could do. Like, we're not playing for a national championship because we're screwed with the BCS, but we can get to the Liberty Bowl. So that was like almost the ultimate goal for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, there is one, Montgomery, Alabama. You missed the Camilla Bowl. What about?
All right, Willie. Montgomery versus Birmingham. Come on.
Montgomery versus Birmingham. Man, I ain't going back to Birmingham. I'm going.
He ain't going. Jonathan says, do you think the game is more hyped and fans are more interested if it was in Myrtle Beach as opposed to Birmingham?
I think the game would be on fire if it was in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I agree.
Because people could day trip it.
Right.
People could day trip to Myrtle Beach, and especially
you would have a small packed stadium with a lot of energy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, that's a reward too, I would think, to see fans in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really, it's not I feel bad for the seniors on the team that are going to roll out to Birmingham.
Right.
And I'll be interested to see how big of support the city of Birmingham supports their bowl game, to have a bowl game. I mean, it's just, I'll be interested to see the overhead shot.
Craig says the problem with this bowl is we are having discussions trying to convince ourselves this is a good bowl for any reasons we can find. It just isn't.
It's a good because we get to play another football game.
Yeah.
That's. We'll all agree on that. But I just, in general, if the bowls need to get their act together and they need to ship up and protect the bowl system if they want to keep it, because players are opting out. Yeah. And they don't want it to become a complete exhibition game where it's like the Reese's Senior Bowl or the Pro Bowl that is really unwatchable because you don't know who's playing and you're down to 55 players or 60 players that are going to this.
Well, that's different. The Pro Bowl, which they've done away with the Pro Bowl now, I believe.
Right, but I'm just talking about if you start getting that, or if you get.
I think it would be exciting to see walk-ons busting their ass in a bowl game. Because you're out of players.
But also,
that would be fun to watch for me.
But if you also get to a point where, let's just find a game somewhere and one team has a bunch of lopsided walkouts and it becomes like a 55-10 game, then it hurts ESPN's product of basically bowl season is just programming in December for ESPN.
Something for us to turn on and wrap some gifts and watch.
But you get engaged in it. Like the other night when the TCU and Kansas State were going. I only watched the fourth quarter of that because I was out and about running errands and then you get locked. But
you're locked into that because the team is trying to get to a championship.
Well, it's a championship, but still. But if I walked in at 7:00 and a bowl game was wrapping up and it was 4-point game, one team had the ball. That's what you kind of you lock into it. But if you turn on the TV and it's 55-10, you're like, oh,
right. Right.
Robert says, I would think the players would rather go to Birmingham than Myrtle Beach. Well, I know one former player that would disagree with you, and he's sitting right here.
That's not happening, man. Birmingham over Myrtle Beach?
Well, I wonder what you say. Robert said that?
Yeah.
What would Robert chime in on what your argument would be? Why Birmingham is a greater destination than Myrtle Beach?
Now, Jonathan and Josh are doing pros and cons for Detroit. Jonathan says Detroit has casinos. All right.
Yeah.
Josh says there's a lot of murder in Detroit.
That is a lot of murder.
So, hey, pros and cons, right?
Probably at the blackjack tables.
The bookies are doing all the killing. So there you go. Dennis says any bowl is a good bowl when you've had a drought like ours.
That's true.
That's true.
I'm not arguing that playing another football game is a bad thing.
I agree.
I'm 100% for that. I'm just not 100% sold that Birmingham needs to be a destination for a bowl city.
Yeah.
And this is Exhibit A. My witness here, Willie Smith, who speaks from experience, has confirmed that. So that's all I have. The other topic I wanted to get to with Willie Smith is the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Pro or con? You for it or against it?
I'm against it, just as a fan now. But as a player, I probably would have been for it because, it gives you an opportunity to get to a program that, you might have an opportunity to win big, maybe get more exposure. You're around better talent. So, I mean, as a player, you probably like it. But as a fan, I don't like it, man, because it just messes
That's simply stated. That can't be stated any better because well, go ahead, Ellerbe.
If Willie Smith, if you can reflect back on your career, do you think, if you and put it in this times, do you think you would have had an opportunity to dabble in the portal? You think you would have looked at it? What would have motivated you to jump in the portal?
When Skip Holtz left going into my senior year, I probably would have left then, just because, dang, it's my senior year. But man, I was a Pirate through and through. I won't go anywhere, man.
So you were confident in your playing time and everything, but just the only thing that really kind of hurt was that the coach left.
Yeah, coach left. A whole new system come in. Had to learn a whole new scheme, whole new blocking scheme, everything. That part sucked.
Yeah. As fans, Ellerbe, we want coaches to come in and win and stay forever and not get poached and go to a new job. And we want players to come in and play well and be here 4 years so we know all their names in the roster. And that's what we want, and that's what we think it should be and how it should be. But the players have a completely different mindset. They're thinking about what's best for them. I mean, everybody's thinking about what's best for them.
How does college football fix and make the portal better? Or is it just the way it is and there's no making it better? It's just, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is, man. At this point, you think about it. These guys they playing this game that they love, but they all want to have a chance to play at the next level. So I cannot argue with a guy that is transferring somewhere that he thinks going to give him a better chance to make it to the NFL. I mean, I just can't argue with it.
So let me ask you this. Because a lot of the speculation is a lot of people transfer because they're going to get better NIL money.
Yeah.
So it may not be what you said, which is they're thinking next level, but they're thinking right now, you know what, if I go to the SEC, all their players are getting $25,000, or all those players are getting $50,000.
Yeah.
How much? I mean,
yeah, that definitely factors into it as well. I mean, if you can, you're a broke college kid. If you can make some money playing ball, why not, right? You want to make money. I mean, obviously the school is paying for your education, but other schools are getting it. So, you're looking across the fence man, them guys over there making a lot of money just playing ball. Yeah, I want to do that too. It's I can understand the player's perspective on it.
What advice would you give to someone like Keaton Mitchell that has had a great year at East Carolina?
Yeah.
Could be on the hunted list in the portal to get in the portal, but there's a lot of pros to staying here at East Carolina and showcasing his talents for the next level.
Right.
But then there's also could be an opportunity for a paycheck and an opportunity potentially, but you don't know if that can be duplicated at School X.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. There's no doubt about it. This guy had a really great season, and I imagine a lot of people probably in his ear saying, "Hey, look, man, you need to be looking at this, maybe this school over here, or hey, maybe you got a chance to make it to the league." He might be hearing a lot of that stuff. But I would just say to him, man, have you accomplished everything you want to accomplish at the college level? If he's felt like he has achieved all of his goals collegiately, then hey, go on to the next level. But if you feel like you got something that you still need to prove, then hey, we need you here. You know, we want you here. So that's what I would say to it.
Josh says supposedly there's 1,000 guys in the portal. What are the odds they all find somewhere to go? The odds of that are 0. There's going to be some that don't find places. Hussein Howe, running back here at ECU, went in the portal, never came out of it, as far as we know. We couldn't find him.
Are you still in the portal if you never land somewhere, or are you just?
That's a great philosophical question.
Yeah.
He's just circling in the portals.
But they have the right to do it. I mean, and coaches are given the best advice that they can give, that you're better off here. No, I don't know if a coach is going to honestly say if they don't want them on the team, they'll say, hey, you're better off somewhere else. You've got that factor too. Yeah. Coaches kind of nudging players.
Deion Sanders
to go to the portal.
I mean, he's at Colorado. I mean,
right.
It's just kind of hey, I mean, he's gonna put the 85 people he won on scholarship, you know, and they might not be sitting in that room right there. And so that's why he said, look, the portal works multiple different angles, but, you know, I mean, it's no different than in the real world. I mean, you can enter the employment portal and someone may not pick you up, or it may not be the place you wanted to get picked up at, but you may have to go somewhere at a different location to bounce back to your other location. So the portal's for real everywhere, and it's just an interesting dynamic of life right now.
It is, man. And as a player, I mean, you look at the coaches, man. The coaches, they get up and leave as soon as they get a better check waiting for them. So why wouldn't the player do the same thing?
On that note, we got to open up 40 bowls in 14 days. I want both of you guys to pick one today. But, Willie, we got a game, Cincinnati versus Louisville, the Fenway Bowl. The coach, neither team has a coach, right?
Oh, wow.
Or they both have the same coach, because Louisville's coach is leaving for Cincinnati.
Wow.
And he has decided to take himself out of the equation and not coach in the game.
That's crazy.
But that is a sign of the times, if I've ever seen one.
I kind of feel like it's the Andy Griffith Show, where he's the justice of the peace, and then the sheriff, he just flicks his name tag over there.
I mean, what are we doing here? Shirley, can we hit the music real quick? 40 bowls in 14 days, please. 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days. 40 bowls in 14 days, oh my goodness. 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days. 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days. Does that make you excited to go to Birmingham?
That still ain't happening, man.
All right.
Hey, during the commercial break, we're going to get you to sing out a version.
All right, man.
So we can have for next Tuesday.
Ellerbe, December 17th. We could have been in this one. It would have been cold. Would you rather be Fenway Bowl or Birmingham? Boston,
that's
Fenway
cold.
Park.
That's probably gonna be real cold, but I would still take Fenway.
All right, fair enough. Ellerbe, do you want Scott Satterfield's new team or old team? Cincinnati versus Louisville.
Oh, I'm taking Louisville. I think Louisville has something to play for.
Now, Satterfield's old guys are going to want to beat his new team.
I think Louisville's the more motivated team in this bowl matchup. I think Cincinnati's players are trying to or have already left to try to get to Wisconsin or got to the portal. So if anybody in Louisville is auditioning for somebody, so I'm definitely going Louisville. They've got to be the more motivated team in this.
Willie, your game is a little bit later in the afternoon, 3:30 on ABC. This would have been a nice one to go to because you get to play in SoFi Stadium. The LA Bowl, it'll be Washington State and Fresno State. And again, I know you don't watch these teams or follow them, but maybe you have a tie somewhere or a teammate somewhere or something. But are you going to go Washington State or Fresno State?
I want to say my homeboy Kenny Wiggins, when I was with the Chargers, he played with Fresno. So all right, I'm going Fresno.
Good pick. There you go. Fresno State is the pick. The picks are in. One thing, Willie, before you go, that happened since we talked to you last It's official. College football playoff expansion. They're going to 12 teams. For the first time, East Carolina, Mike Houston can say to his recruits, say to his team before the season starts, all right, guys, we got a chance to play for a championship this year.
Yeah, not next year, but in 2024.
In 2024.
Yeah.
Because if this was implemented now, Tulane would be there. They would be in the playoff because they were the highest ranked conference champion, and that's the new goal for the ECUs of the world. So that's a great thing.
Yeah, no, that is exciting. Everybody has a chance now. It was always just the SEC schools or the USCs of the world that had a chance to win the national championship, man. So to be able to be a smaller program, to have an opportunity to play against the bigger Power 5 type schools, that's exciting, man. It is.
When fall camp rolls around in 2024, when that comes in, Mike Houston just has to stand in front of the team and say, show of hands, who was here when we went to the Birmingham Bowl. Say, want to be average? That's where we'll end up at the end of the year. Want to be great? We're going to the playoff.
Right.
Who's with me?
Right.
Is that motivation?
Good job, Coach.
Is that motivation?
That's definitely motivation. Like they need to record all the angles of the faces of the guys, how sad and pitiful they look at this bowl game, and then play that for the guys. Like, look, we don't want to be back here, right? You don't want to go to Birmingham, man. So yeah, that's exciting, man, to have that opportunity. It's almost like the Super Bowl, man. Every team wants to make it to the Super Bowl. You want to make it to the playoffs, and everybody got a chance now.
All right, Jay has a long question. I wish I could answer it first, but I'll let Willie answer, and then I'll give my answer. But so he says some schools may offer more NIL money, but have little to no chance of winning in the SEC or ACC. Say Vanderbilt or whoever you want to say. He says ECU have a great chance to compete for and win the American and be one of those 12 playoff teams we just talked about. As a player, what do recruits value more, NIL money or a chance to make the playoffs in college football?
I think as a player, they want both. You want to win, but you want to make money too. But at the end of the day, man, depends on where they come from. If you come from money, then
exactly.
You're not really caring about it. But if you come from somewhere that low income community and you get an opportunity to make some money, these guys are going to take it. I mean, they're going to.
Yeah, you got to understand that people aren't as comfortable as you are out there, and money could help them immediately.
I think the college football playoff for a player would be number 3. I would think money and then getting to the next level.
Exactly.
Getting to the NFL, and then how your team does is where we are in the state of college football. I think it's in that order. Hey, what's my NIL money? Because I want that to be guaranteed.
Right.
And then my playing time to be able to make more NIL money and then make even more money in NFL money.
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Well, players go to college because it's the stopgap between their dream and making money, right?
Yeah.
They don't grow up wanting to play college football. They want to play in the NFL.
My guess, Nick Saban says, hey, look, here's how many players I've put in the NFL last year, and that's just in the first round.
Right. That's day one.
And then he flips it over and goes, oh, here's how many times we've been in the playoff and won national championships too.
Right.
And let me go show you our facility over here. I mean, I think that's where I think the sales pitch starts. But
yeah, it's hard to compete against that though. It is.
All right, good discussion today.
Enjoyed it. Willie, how can people get up with you if they want to sell a home or buy a home right now in December?
Well, interest rates are going down right now, so it's a great time to buy. So if you want to look at buying something or selling, give me a call on my cell, 258-8168.
Chad said, I love that no one shows emotion during the 40 Bowls intro. Craig said, Willie wants to unplug the soundboard. It is fun to make people uncomfortable and have to sit here through the entire song. So I really enjoy that. Willie, enjoyed it, man. We'll talk again soon.
Absolutely.
All right, Ellerbe, good to see you. See you next week. We'll take a time out, come back when we return. Our Flight by Yingling ECU practice report. We'll hear what Mike Houston had to say yesterday as practice is underway for the Birmingham Bowl. More to go after this.
The holiday tradition is back, this year celebrating its 30th anniversary in Greenville. It's the Nutcracker, presented by Dance Arts Theater. Be sure to get your tickets soon before it sells out. The Nutcracker will be at Rod Auditorium on the campus of ECU December 10th and 11th. Saturday has a 2 p.m. matinee and a 7 p.m. evening show. Sunday has a 2 p.m. matinee. Get your tickets now by going online at tickets.ecu.edu. Celebrate the season with the Nutcracker, now in its 30th year by Dance Arts Theater.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Are you looking for a home loan? Look no further than Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage. Since 1960, Guild Mortgage has partnered with industry professionals to close loans on time and help millions of Americans realize their dreams. Call Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage in Jacksonville, 910-389-4602. Amy Goss is licensed in Florida, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 3274. NMLSconsumeraccess.org/for licensing information. Please visit guildmortgage.com/licensing. Guild Mortgage is not affiliated with Pirate Radio. The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
This is Mike Houston, head football coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Already back with you here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Coming up in hour 3, we're going to be opening up the treasure chest for the second time this December, and you can be a winner just like Robert Matthews yesterday took home the Bud Light Carolina Panthers cornhole boards from Carolina Eagle Distributing. The Panthers' playoff chances got cornholed last night as Tampa Bay knocked off New Orleans.
Man.
Dude
is right.
Dude.
Garrett Short.
By the way, that dude, Shirley, that you just hit, can you hit that again?
Dude.
What was that in response to, Chandler?
The Carolina Panthers squeaking into the playoffs with like a 8-9 record.
That was your prediction.
Yes, like an 8 or 9 win season, squeaking into the playoffs because the NFC South is going to be so bad, which is correct.
And when he said that, when Chandler said that, Garrett Short said,
dude.
I was hoping you would not to look at me for at least another 2 minutes. That would have been funny. By the way, Chandler, you've got a little egg on your face. I've got an entire dozen on mine. Do you remember my team to make the playoffs?
Do I?
To make the playoffs this year?
Do I?
That did make it last year? The worst team in the league.
Yes, the most laughable team in the league. The Denver Broncos. Oh, my gosh.
That's
Talk about a freezing cold take. The Denver Broncos stink.
Hey, awful takes. Let's ride.
But now, do you want to feel better about yourself? I can tell you right now.
Every time I look at you, I feel better about myself.
Damn.
Dude.
Damn.
Dude.
Damn.
That was a joke. That was a line. I'm giving lines, man.
Dang.
I'm just giving lines. Dang.
Wow. Dang.
Dang.
You got me there. Dang.
Dang.
Crap. But you were not the only one.
How are you going to make me feel better about myself?
You're not the only one in the world that thought that.
I know. I was duped. I was bamboozled, hoodwinked.
Mm-hmm.
All those words. What am I talking about? Oh, the treasure chest. Well, nobody wanted to talk about the...
I guess you were talking about the Carolina Panther cornhole boards. You said the Panthers got cornholed last night.
Their playoff chances got cornhole.
And there it was. Cornhole.
I want me some glory hole.
Cornhole. Robert Matthews
right
said,
there in the middle of it.
I want me some cornhole.
But yeah, that was brutal. And Tom Brady being Tom Brady. But I watched the game last night. I might have had some betting influences on the game.
Oh,
dude. But if you had me on Twitter, man, I was upset last night.
Chandler, how mad was Chandler? Peter, guess how mad Chandler was last night?
How mad?
He atted a pro football player that played in the game last night. That's how mad he was.
Let me guess. Mark Ingram?
You damn right.
He went full-blown fan man. Full-blown out-of-pocket fan man last night.
I never thought that I would get to be like this.
I didn't either.
I was absolutely furious last night.
I'm a little disappointed in you.
And you should be. I'm disappointed in myself. But I went on to say this. Mark Ingram going out of bounds 1 yard short of the first down with 6 minutes left, up 16-3. I said, remember that. And then I said, remember that, you stupid beep. At Mark Ingram. Then I went on to say, here is the video of him going out of bounds.
I got to watch this video?
Yes, you do. Because watch how he just goes out of bounds right there. And I said, time to hang it up, Mark. And I didn't say Mark. I added, at Mark Ingram II. That's effing ridiculous. How stupid can you be?
Wow.
Good night, y'all. Except you, Mark. I hope you don't sleep a wink. So, you give Brady a chance. I don't care if he's 64 years old. Tom Brady is going to Tom Brady, and he Tom Brady last night. They get the win. 16-3 was the score with 5:21 left in the ball game.
The Panthers are too, Undertaker gif rise up out of the casket performances by Brady from being in first place right now.
Yes.
Remember the Rams game where they didn't do anything for 59 minutes? And then he went right down the field?
Went down the field. That's exactly how it was last night.
Because they let him do it. And then last night, down how much?
16-3. They only had 3 points with 5:21 left and he went down and scored 2 touchdowns in 5 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
The Bucs have San Francisco next week.
Loss. Maybe.
Cincinnati the week after.
All right. I saw this.
Are y'all really doing this?
Let me tell you something, Clip. Yes, I am. Because as long as there's a chance, and there is a chance in this awful division that we're in the NFC South, as long as there is a chance, and we can make the playoffs, and it's going to happen if we make the playoffs, we'll probably lose.
Hey, you'll get a home game.
Yes. But here's the deal. If we have a chance to make the playoffs, you must be out of your mind to tell me to root for my team to lose. I'm not doing that. I'm not rooting for the Panthers to lose.
No, you should.
I'm not rooting for them to lose.
All right.
So yes, I'm going to root for them to win.
I didn't say that. I didn't. That's not the this that we're talking about. When I say are we doing this, I mean you still having hope. For them to have
some hope.
Okay.
Because the past few years I haven't had any. So if you're telling me that there's a chance that we can do exactly what we did in 2014 when we won 7 games and went and hosted a wild card game against the Cardinals with a losing record. Hell yeah!
How many wins you got right now?
We have 4.
At this point, we were 3-8 in 2014 and made the playoffs.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Thank you. So what we need now to
what year was that?
2014.
So was that Cam?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was injured Cam, car accident. Wasn't playing.
Rise from the car smiling Cam?
Yes. But I'm going to root for this team to win. I would be stupid. And I feel like, as a fan, it would be ridiculous and a shame to sit there and root for this team to lose. I'm not doing that. Until it says on some sort of social media page where it says the Panthers have officially been eliminated from the playoffs, that's the day that I'll say, okay, why not? Let's just lose. I'm not going to – I want this team to win.
All right. Well, I do have some bad news. Your antivirus protection has expired.
And that's fine. I just deleted it. I'm going to act like I never saw it, and my computer might catch flames here soon. I don't care.
All right.
But the Panthers are in the hunt. They're sniffing, baby. They're sniffing.
What is that? What was that? And I was sent
They're sniffing
via Twitter. Somebody sent me a graphic that said teams that are in first round bye, wild card, and then sniffing around. I guess this is ESPN.
Yeah. That was a very weird. So it's not
sniffing around. No, we're not doing this. I'm okay with some changes, but it's called in the hunt.
What's the animal rights people?
PETA.
All right, so in the hunt, and then there's animal mascots for these teams. They probably said we have to change this.
I mean, my God, we have gone from we're just a W now. A W. We don't even have a logo. Let us be in the hunt.
That is my theory, is that they got a hold of the NFL and said, or these broadcasting companies, and said, do not put a in the hunt graphic up there when you have a panther, a lion, and other animals, and a falcon in there. How dare you say in the hunt? I mean, that is offensive. So they said, all right, well, how's sniffing around sound? And they said, perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah. It's so pervy. It's gross.
The Panthers have the 6th easiest schedule remaining this season.
Yes. Thank you, Pete. See, Pete's getting me pumped.
They're all winnable games.
You know what would make their schedule even easier? If they could play themselves. See, I'm just trying to bring you back down.
You're doing a good job.
I don't want you to get heart. How many times your heart broke by this team this year already?
A lot.
I mean, come on, guys.
And the fact that our hearts have been broken so many times this year already, and the fact that we're still sniffing. You're telling me that my heart's been broken about 3 or 4 times, and I'm still sniffing.
But the sniffer still works.
I'm blessed to be sniffing. I'm sniffing as hard as I can right now. I'm sniffing, baby. Because, look, Panthers went out. This is crazy. The Panthers went out. Bucks lose 2 games. Crown us.
Well, but y'all play the Bucks.
Yeah, we already beat them. We beat them.
And you play them again.
24 to
and then we
25 to 3 or something earlier this season.
That's the last game of the year.
Yeah. So you get a game there, and then see what happens.
Seahawks this week. You never know.
I need y'all to beat the Seahawks.
I know. You said that the other day. We'll try our best.
Seahawks, Steelers, Lions, Saints, Bucks.
And you know what? Lions might be the team that I'm scared of the most out of those teams.
All those teams, the Steelers right now still have a chance to continue Tomlin's amazing reign of not having a losing season.
I know.
Because they've won a couple in a row. Lions have won 4 out of 5. Did you say the Saints?
Saints and
they're
the Bucks
packing it in, right? But that's a division game. But yeah, I mean,
but you end the year on the road with divisional opponents.
You got to beat Seattle for me this weekend. Please beat Seattle. What's the line?
If I had to guess, I would say Seattle.
Seattle 3.5.
I was going to say Seattle 4. Is that your guess, or do you know?
No, that's what ESPN says.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Gino. Who's your quarterback? Darnold?
Darnold. We're riding with Darnold the rest of the way. Baker Mayfield no longer a Panther. Released yesterday.
Redbeard said, is the streaming and PR927 down, or is it just me? We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube.
Did he say the website?
We are on. But the website could be down. So we are streaming on Facebook, on YouTube. We'll have to check on the website for you, Redbeard. Thank you, Redbeard. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get our Flight by Yuengling practice report. Hear what Mike Houston had to say when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
U.S. Cellular has always believed that connection is the greatest gift of all. That's why we're giving everyone one line for $29.99 a month with unlimited data this holiday season. That's right, one line, unlimited data for just $29.99 a month. That's more than a great deal. That's locally grown connection from U.S. Cellular. Limited time offer, terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
All right, Pirate Nation, Russell's is ready for the holidays. Our huge in-stock inventory makes shopping easy. New additions include Barber for men and women, plus Owner Reserve for the men. Enjoy your holidays and don't worry about lost packages and back orders. We've been making Christmas wishes come true for 39 years in the same location. Not only is our signature gift wrap beautiful, it's free. It's always about you, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
Celebrate the holidays with America's favorite light beer, Bud Light. When planning your holiday festivities, be sure to pick up some Bud Lights at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's holiday fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this December and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Happy holidays from Bud Light and Carolina Eagle. Go Pirates!
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on HoistTheColors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. You're also looking for someone to service your vehicle. They have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Still to come on today's show, a chat with Billy Weaver, co-host on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show. Also, Bryce Williams will join us as well in hour number 3. More 40 bowls in 14 days. We'll open up the treasure chest again as well. But right now, we'll get to our Flight by Yuengling ECU practice report. The next generation of light beer. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling, available wherever beer is sold. And Mike Houston and the Pirates are back on the practice field starting yesterday, and he talked to the media following yesterday's practice. Let's hear some of that right now.
How much of this week will be about younger guys getting work versus really honing in on what Coastal does?
Well, I think, just the beginning of the week especially, we're just focusing on a lot on us. We're doing some stuff with them, but, getting a lot of the younger guys are getting coached. We spent a lot of practice today with just, individual fundamental periods. And then, during the Skelly and team and one-on-ones and O-line versus D-line, everybody got reps, and so that was good. It's always good to to work with those guys because like some of those linemen haven't been haven't getting a whole lot of fundamental time throughout the year, so it's really good to get that today, and we're going to do that throughout the the beginning and bulk of the week. So. It's good opportunity to kind of evaluate where guys are going into the spring.
Coach, how do you balance bowl prep and this heavy period of recruiting?
Well, let's see, no sleep. Probably not going to see my family very much. Spend a lot of time, in a lot of different ways with recruiting because the signing day being the 21st this year, it just you have a lot longer. With the recruiting stuff, and so it is something. It's balance, and so any day that we're not practicing, the coaches, we're not sitting around. I mean, we'll be out recruiting, seeing our committed kids, following up on anybody else that we're trying to close out the deal with here before signing day, and so. But it's good. It's a good time of the year because your players, and you're only as good as your players, and so it's the recruiting piece of it's the most vital piece.
Can you walk us through kind of the schedule for the next few weeks and kind of the practice schedule leading up to the bowl game?
So we'll practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week, and then come back and go Sunday, Monday, Wednesday morning next week. and then we're going to give the players some time to go home, see their families, because with Christmas and the bowl game falling where it does, want to give the players a chance to go home, see their families, celebrate Christmas together as a family, and then they'll come back. We'll practice, I think, 3 or 4 days here, and then fly to Birmingham and finish up bowl prep down there.
But this year, I guess second year with this group doing some bowl prep, have you been able to look back last year and maybe pick some pieces you liked and maybe what didn't work? Like, have you kind of learned from what you did last year?
Yeah. I mean, number one, I thought we were really ready to play and felt really good about just our crispness and freshness going into that bowl game last year. And so I think there's a lot of positive things we can take from the second half of the bowl schedule last year. We gave them a little bit more time last week than what we gave them last year, and I think just based on today, that's a positive. Because I thought they looked really, really fresh today. We didn't go real long today, just because I don't want to jump full throttle back into it. So we're kind of ease into this week, and that's something maybe a little bit better approach this year than what it was last year. And the big focus is just by the time we get ready to load the plane for Birmingham that we're ready to go, we're ready to play.
With Avery moving on, who you guys rep at center? Is it going to be kind of like an open competition, or do you have somebody in mind?
Fortunately, we have really good depth on the front, and so we got a couple of quality guys that did a phenomenal job today, and so that's going to be the focus. Is just the guys that are excited to be competing in the bowl game. They'll be ready to go.
With the portal stuff going on just around the country, it just seems like it's like mass chaos, and I'm sure you guys are looking at the portal, but also trying to keep your focus on this bowl game. So, what is that balance like of you have to do your job as staff to get ready for next season recruiting, but also keep your focus on Coastal Carolina?
Right, and that's it. Number one, our focus is on our players here, and just doing a great job with them on a daily basis. And then recruiting, recruiting's year round. The coaches aren't the ones that created this, so it's just something you got to deal with. So,
speaking of coaches, how does the coaching change at Coastal impact this game?
I don't think it'll impact it greatly. We know that staff very well. Know Coach Staggs very well. He'll do a great job as the interim. I would expect that the play callers that called everything all throughout the season will be the play callers in the bowl game. It's a veteran team. And so they've been there together, so we expect to see the Coastal that everybody's seen all season.
As far as motivation for this game, you guys obviously won the trip last year, but didn't get to play the bowl.
Right.
So it's been 8 years since ECU's played a bowl game. Is that
9 years since ECU's won a bowl game, and before that, I think it was 2007 was the last bowl win before 2013. So it was that last 15 years. There's been 2 bowl wins. So there's a lot of motivation because we're playing the first bowl game since 14. There's a lot of motivation to go down there and get the win.
Do you contact the guys that were part of that team that played at Birmingham Bowl last time about just playing in that arena?
Well, we got several people on staff that were there, but it is not the same arena. We're playing in a brand new stadium. A lot has changed since East Carolina was in Birmingham. A lot's changed downtown, so it's a different trip than what East Carolina went on, 8 years ago. I've spent a good bit of time in Birmingham since then, and so it's just a lot different this time around.
Coach, can you just touch on Xavier as far as his post and saying
Xavier had a great career here. Wish him the very best. Hate that he's not with us. But again, I just want to keep our focus on the guys that are going down to Birmingham and playing in the bowl game.
There is Mike Houston speaking to reporters yesterday. East Carolina beginning bowl preparation and bowl practice as they get set for Coastal Carolina. Looking forward to one more full day with you here. December 27th, 2:45 kickoff on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, taking you up to the kickoff, and after the game, the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show, and we will wrap up the season on that December 27th evening. Some breaking news here. Baker Mayfield has a team. He has been claimed off waivers. You seen this, Chandler? All right, well, let's play Guess That Team. Who do you think Baker Mayfield has been claimed by off waivers?
I want to guess two.
Do you know?
No.
Okay.
It's not the 49ers. All right. Is it the 49ers?
Are you going to say every team it's not? Are you going to name 31 teams that it's not? Well, it's not the Panthers.
Not the Panthers.
The Ravens.
Okay. Lamar Jackson banged up. Shirley says the Ravens.
I want to go with a team that's in the hunt or sniffing for that's sniffing for a playoff thing or playoff spot.
We need to think of a word pervier than sniffing for our in the hunt.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google pervy words.
What?
See what comes up. Degenerate, sick, dissolute, immoral, debauched. I need like a verb though, like they're still debauching, warped, corrupt. Have you named a team yet?
Is it the Jets?
No, it's not the Jets, dummy.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. Name another one. I just want to trash you. By the way, Shirley, you said Ravens?
Yes.
No, it's not the Ravens. God, what's wrong with you?
Raiders.
No, it's not the Raiders, Chandler.
What about...
Are you a complete moron?
What about the Raiders?
I'm just going to tell you, you're on the wrong track. You're sniffing in the wrong direction if you think it's the team sniffing.
Oh, is it the Texans?
Okay, y'all went too far on the other side. You want me to just tell you?
The Colts.
Nah. I wonder if there's any, because I don't know if Shanahan and the Niners even wanted Baker, but say they did. What if a team said, you know what, we ain't going nowhere, and I don't want you to go nowhere neither. We're picking up Baker Mayfield. Who would that be?
Wait, say that again?
I don't know.
They say,
the Jaguars.
we know you 49ers want Baker, but we have a higher pecking order in the waivers, so we're going to get him, so you can't get him.
Chargers. Hell if I know. I'm just guessing.
All right, I'll just tell you it's the Rams. It's the Rams.
The Rams.
Oh, I was dancing all around it.
Well,
Rams.
The Rams, which they have a need because they're playing quarterback roulette with Bryce Perkins and John Walford every week.
Yeah.
So McVay and company pick up Baker Mayfield. That was a fun game, though. Thank y'all for playing.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. We should pitch this to a TV broadcasting company and have this as a game on TV.
All right, for those listening and for those in Studio B and for myself, what word can we come up with since apparently in the hunt is no longer used on ESPN? They say sniffing around. That's teams that are in the hunt. What can we say? Like creeping, hiding in the bushes? It needs to be as creepy as possible. Right now I'm going to say hide in the bushes until you come up with something better. Are y'all doing something else or thinking?
No, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
Okay, I was just curious.
Like
I figured y'all had moved on to something else.
Peeking in the window.
That like something like that.
Peeking.
Peeking.
That's kind of weird too.
Creeping in the closet or something like. Yeah, we'll get there.
Wait, creeping in the closet? How exactly do you creep in the closet?
Well, I don't know, Shirley.
You can hide in the closet.
Like usually when I'm at your house in the closet, I'm just kind of creeping in there.
Okay.
Hiding in the bushes, peeking in the window. These are some of what we got so far.
Lurking.
Ooh, yeah,
Lurking
lurking is a good word. Lurking in the shadows. Yes, lurking.
Are the Panthers lurking in the shadows right now?
Possibly.
How about tickling?
All right, take
That
a
is
break.
not even a pervy word.
The Panthers are tickling.
They're tickling the twine.
Tickling the funny bone.
Oh my God.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. Billy Weaver will join us.
Chad says peeping on the playoffs.
Peeping is a good word.
That's not bad.
Peeping through the blinds. Well, there's no blinds on the outside of a house. Should we start putting blinds on the outside to help out the peeping Toms out there? I say no. What do you say? Peeping.
What say you?
Mike P says lingering like a fart. Not necessarily creepy, but kind of funny.
Especially some of the stuff I was playing on the computer yesterday.
Silent but deadly.
Ah.
Nah, I don't think that works. Adam says staying alive for the playoffs. Adam, that is so boring, Adam. Get out of here with that. Take a time out, come back. Billy Weaver joins us. We'll sniff around when we return after this.
We'll lurk.
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Whether you're at the worksite or the trailhead, you need an ATV with power and performance, technology to make every job easier, and a time-tested promise of quality and dependability. You need the 2022 Honda 4Trax lineup, available now at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. Then you'll learn how life is better on a Honda ATV. For riders 16 years old and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove and Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
The time is now to celebrate your holiday fiesta at Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville. Chico's is the perfect place to get all your dear amigos together for some Mexican food and fun this holiday fiesta season. Call Chico's now to make a reservation for any large or small fiesta with all of your amigos. Also, remember to put a smile on your amigos' faces this holiday season with the perfect gift, a Chico's gift card. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville. Happy holidays from Chico's.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
What's up? This is Bryce and Worrell, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, we might have to punt on Weaver for another segment because we got a lot to talk about right now.
So much to talk about in the Mo.
All right, so just going off of where we last left you, I received a tweet. I guess this was from ESPN. Somebody took a screenshot of, rather than having the traditional in the hunt graphic, which I love. We talk about with IGO every year around Thanksgiving time. They pop up that in the hunt. And even if your team is complete, Michael Winstead garbage dumpster juice list, you can still find yourselves on that list, including the Carolina Panthers right now. But instead of saying in the hunt, they had them at something called sniffing around, which just sounds very strange. So we said we need to come up with a term on how we describe teams that are not quite in the playoffs, but still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. And we've got some great suggestions. One of Chad's on fire right now. John Moody said peeping around. Redbeard said creeping on the playoffs. Chad said sitting on a tree with binoculars looking in the bathroom window of the playoffs. I like that. A little wordy, but that's the kind of imagery feel we want to have. Something super creepy. Chad then says moist for the playoffs. Just a word that gives you the heebie-jeebies.
The ick.
So teams that are moist are teams like Washington and Carolina and Atlanta, teams that aren't quite in.
My contribution was wearing nothing but a trench coat, socks, and Birkenstocks in 90-degree heat.
Trench coat, socks, stocks on a crowded train.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that on a graphic on ESPN
for the playoffs? Well, yeah, I mean, after you put sniffing out there, anything's possible at this point.
Anything's possible.
Mike P says violating a
oh no,
violating a restraining order for the playoffs.
Oh.
So they're not allowed to have contact with the wild card, but they're right there close to it, violating a restraining order for the playoffs. That's a good one. So there's that. Conan says playoff titillating. Followed by silence. All right, so there's that. If you'd like to chime in, if you got any ideas, let us know. But now we have something new to talk about. And look, I've done my best to defend the Birmingham Bowl. I like the opponent.
Willie Smith looks like a smart man right now.
Willie Smith looks like a genius. I like the opponent. It's fine. It's okay. It's a football game. We're in a bowl. People should just be happy. But then Pack the Jungle 11 minutes ago fired off a tweet. He took a picture of birminghambowl.shop. So this is the official. Let me make sure this is legit before I go on.
It is.
All right.
I double checked.
That's sad. It's been verified. If you go to the Birmingham Bowl page, lovely layout design, you can find information about the Birmingham Bowl. You can click on a visitor's guide. You can purchase tickets. You can check out their sponsors. There's also photos and video and media stuff. But then there's another link that says merchandise. I want me some Birmingham Bowl merchandise. It gives you a link to go to birminghambowl.shop. I click on that. Ooh, I can get some Birmingham Bowl slides. Those look good. I can get a plain white t-shirt with the Birmingham Bowl logo on it. That's pretty cool. But they have footballs and novelties, Coastal Carolina, East Carolina. Let's click on East Carolina. Birmingham Bowl. Oh, Chandler, I like the helmets. You know, they got the Coastal helmet facing off of the ECU helmet. That looks pretty cool. But then they have some that's just ECU related. Like this hoodie. As low as, get this, folks, $77.99.
That's ridiculous.
You can get a Birmingham Bowl hoodie.
That's ridiculous.
So for $80, as low as, it might be more than that. What does as low as mean? Why don't you just say how much it costs?
The price was $77. What is that? I mean, what in the hell is that?
Well, there's something special about this shirt, Chandler.
I'm not even watching this game.
There's something. Fine. You'll be missing out on a very unique item. An item, you consider yourself an ECU fan, right?
Yes.
Would you consider yourself an alum?
Yes, and I'm proud of it.
Would you consider yourself an employee of Pirate Radio that covers East Carolina?
Yes.
So let's ballpark it. How many ECU shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats do you own?
Oh, gosh.
And you know what? Go ahead and combine your dads in there, too.
Oh, over 30.
I mean, probably more than that, right?
Between hats, shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, gosh, it is. It's probably around 50.
Yeah. I mean, a high number. But you can get something here different from any other East Carolina item you own. Is that not exciting to you? Don't you want something different?
No.
That's right, folks. For as low as $77.99 plus tax and shipping and handling, you can get a Birmingham Bowl hoodie that says Eastern Carolina Pirates.
This is,
dude,
you can't make this stuff up.
Stop disrespecting me, bro.
They want us to buy a shirt.
$80!
For $80!
$80!
That doesn't even have our right name on it.
Eastern Carolina Pirates.
And anybody that buys that shirt, shame on you. And here's the question, what the hell is wrong with you?
The official Birmingham Bowl shop is selling Eastern Carolina Pirates.
I mean,
it'd be funny if nobody corrected them, and then in the end zone at the stadium, it says Eastern Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
Who was it, you or Shirley, that said, I bet John Gilbert's going nuts right now?
That'd be me.
Yeah. I mean, good God almighty. And I tried.
It's not that hard. I mean, even if it was a graphics mistake, let's say it wasn't necessarily the bowl people, but whoever made the graphic, who proofread the graphic and said, yeah, that's good, put it up on the website.
But
you know what I'm saying? There's so many levels of checks and balances these days on those. I mean, who is proofing anything these days? Because, you know, I mean, we do a lot of graphic stuff, and a lot of times we have to proof things and make sure that everything looks right and spelled right. It drives me nuts to see it.
Here's the question, though. To ESPN, because now, as we know, ESPN
is the worldwide leader in sports.
Yes.
Can't spell for crap.
Well, that, but also ESPN has been calling us Eastern for years now. And to writers that have been calling us Eastern. And now a bowl game that is hosting us and is going to be hosting our fans is calling us Eastern. The question is, where do you get Eastern from? Because everywhere that we're branded, we're either ECU or we're East Carolina. No one from the official university
ESPN
puts
doesn't,
out Eastern Carolina.
Well, and not just that, but nowhere does ESPN put E-Car anymore. It's either ECU or, like you said, East Carolina.
The link to click on our clothing says East Carolina. So they've got that part right.
But now you know what they've done? They have printed out all these shirts and sweatshirts that say, and make them look like an idiot because they put Eastern on there.
Well, Mike P says, I got to be honest, I don't know why, but I really want an Eastern Carolina Pirates hoodie. It's like an error card.
Yeah.
I had we have a card still at my parents' house where they spelled Scottie Pippen's last name wrong. It's an error card. And
because
like,
it's P-I-P-P-E-N?
Yeah, and it's P-I-P-P-I-N on the card. I don't know if it's more valuable, less valuable, what. But we have error shirts.
Sometimes they can be more valuable because they're rare.
I'm going to look it up right now.
I mean, it's just, is this the top of the list? I mean, is this the top of the list? Is this the final straw when it comes to people calling us Eastern?
I don't know if it's necessarily. Well, first of all, I don't think it's a final straw just because it's going to happen again. No matter how many times we hem and haw. Look, how many times have we told ESPN, hey, it's not Eastern, it's East? How many times have we been on ESPN or one of their various channels and they can't seem to drop that Eastern part? It's going to happen again, whether we say something about it or whether we don't. I mean, it's just a matter of.
They're just going to blame, like, the shirt manufacturer or something and be like, we had no.
But is it the shirt
responsibility?
Well, here's my question: Is the shirt? Are the shirts already printed, or is it the graphic that is the mistake?
Don't know.
That's where the big question is, because if the shirts are already printed and it has Eastern, that's one thing. Entirely different thing if they've not been printed yet until the order comes in and it's just the graphic that has the mistake.
It's nice and centered on the shirt beautifully, so somebody actually,
and in big letters too, so it's not like you can miss it.
Big bold letters.
And big bold letters.
Write it.
I mean, if I was John Gilbert, I'd be on the phone with Birmingham's people right now.
Rohan said, you think these Eastern Carolina Birmingham Bowl hoodies will become a collectible? It's kind of like Troy was about to get all that Military Bowl stuff, a game that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, Jay on Facebook.
Would you rather own Military Bowl swag from a game that didn't happen or Eastern Carolina swag from the Birmingham Bowl?
I mean, that's the question that Jay proposed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good question, Jay.
What is more valuable?
Well, that's a matter of preference. I would say if you were asking me, I'd rather have Military Bowl stuff.
Absolutely. It's got our name on it.
And it's probably spelled right.
And we didn't play the game.
Because, Military Bowl, the military folks have attention to detail that apparently Birmingham does not.
See, Irving and Mike are starting to, I don't know if we should feel this way, but he said, it's oddly funny. I might have to buy one for comedic value.
Hey, how about this?
I kind of feel that way too, but I don't want to give them any money, and I'm not going to.
What if this happens?
Well, I'm not paying that much for a hoodie anyway.
Yeah.
Last year we waited 7 years. We waited 7 years to get to a bowl game, to play in a bowl game. It gets canceled. We have to wait another year, so that's 8 years that we've been to a bowl game. What was the last bowl game we went to? The Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
Administration here at East Carolina is going to pull us out of this bowl due to this just absolute idiotic error.
Holden Naylor's going to come back another year.
He's going to come back for his 7th. He's going to come back for his 10th year, and it's going to just repeat again. East Carolina, back-to-back years, they don't play in a bowl game.
Okay, so wait. Here's what I don't understand. The last time that we played in a bowl was 8 years ago at the Birmingham Bowl, to be sure. See, my thing is computers were in existence 8 years ago, correct?
They were.
Okay, so somewhere in the digital record world, there is a correct spelling of East Carolina that they could have gone back and referenced instead of putting that BS on the website.
Here's a from the helm. John Gilbert says that East Carolina will not play in the Birmingham Bowl. In spite of these error shirts and sweatshirts.
He said in spite of?
Not in spite of, but
In terms of.
You're just reading his from the helm, right?
yes. No, I was trying to remember what he said, but no, he said
because that sounds more like Chandler saying it than John Gilbert.
Well, the funny thing was he had his Venmo open, so I was trying to figure out why this Venmo was open and John Gilbert
Did you buy
was.
a shirt?
yes, because I'm gonna sell this bad boy in like 20 years.
Eastern Carolina.
Come on. How many
Birmingham
other
Bowl.
schools? I mean, really, how many other schools are mistakenly called on a consistent basis something like this?
I just the question is where do people get it from? Where do these people
There's
get
more Eastern and Western and Northern than there are East, West, North.
Well,
but when they see our
but-
name, they don't see Eastern Carolina. It says East Carolina. It says ECU.
Let me ask you this. How many times let's just say, just for argument's sake here, okay, we're not talking about a Power 5 school. How many times has North Texas been called Northern Texas?
Right. But they're
Southern California.
Well, yeah,
Southern
I guess that would
Carolina.
be similar to ours. Yeah, that's true.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Southern Carolina, Northern Texas. It drives me
There's
crazy.
a North Florida.
Western Virginia.
Yeah, that's the name of a state, but I still see your point. I think North Texas is a good example.
I would love to know how many times North Texas has been called Northern Texas by any media entity.
Yeah, because there's fewer examples of shorter names like that. Like what's another North Florida, North Texas? What's another one that's not the name of a state like South Carolina or West Virginia?
I was thinking
Is there
South Florida.
what's another East? Is there another
East Michigan?
No, it's Eastern Michigan.
It's Eastern Michigan.
What do you work for the Birmingham Bowl? What are you talking about?
Apparently.
East Michigan? Get out of here, man.
No, but what have they called them East Michigan?
I know. You're right. That would be changing it. I'm trying to think of examples that are like ours, being elongated. But anyway.
Hold on. Football.
West, East, North, South. South Alabama.
East Tennessee State.
That's a good one. Eastern Tennessee State. Yeah, you're right. That's a good example. South Alabama, North
Southern
Florida.
Alabama.
So there are some examples out there like that, and yeah.
South Florida, Southern Florida.
I wonder if that's why they're USF. I don't think they like for you to call them South Florida. They're USF. Maybe to try to avoid that. And the fact that they're not in South Florida, geographically speaking. Eldon says, we in the East are our worst enemies. We refer to this part of the state as Eastern Carolina. Well, disagree.
Is he saying that's because people call us Eastern Carolina University?
I mean, we are in the eastern part of the state, but our school is called East Carolina.
It's East Carolina. It's
Yeah.
it's right there.
I mean, that's, yeah. All right. That was fun.
I'm still looking for teams that have.
By the way, Tyler says
What?
this is unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. And guess what? We're not
That's
accepting
why we're not
this.
going.
We're not accepting, we're not going, and we're not buying these sweatshirts and T-shirts.
Well, we're gonna have practice all the way up to the 27th, and then not show up for the game in protest.
Like I thought to myself, well, at least we'll finally get to actually play in the bowl game this year, unlike last year. Nope, we're going to be pulled out because we're so mad that it says Eastern Carolina on the Birmingham Bowl merchandise website. We're pulling ourselves out of the bowl game, and then now the streak continues to go to 8 years without playing in a bowl game.
And then Elton says, I disagree. Up yours. All right, Elton. Good talk, buddy. Elton, not a fan of people disagreeing with him.
Up yours.
Up yours, he says. What does that mean, Elton? Describe what that means. Up what?
Don't start this.
Up my what? What does that? No, words matter. I want to know what that means. Up yours. What does that mean? What are you putting up, and where are you putting it? Let me know. Let's take a break. I wish I wouldn't have recorded this Weaver interview earlier so I could have talked to him about Eastern Carolina.
Because Weaver has an opinion on that.
And that he does. We'll have to get that next week. Jansen says it's a showdown, Eastern Carolina versus Coast of Carolina College. You know what?
Love it.
If we're going to get wacky, let's get wacky with it. Let's just change all our names. Right, Chad? Right, Sherry?
What is the Chanticleer again?
It's a type of cat.
It's a rooster. It's a proud and fierce rooster.
It's a bird.
It's a chicken.
Basically.
So it's the chicken and the pirates.
Birmingham Bowl.
Well, let's leave Coastal Carolina out of this. They had nothing to do with this. It's all Birmingham Bowls.
Well, I mean, I don't see them being called Coast Carolina.
Coast
Carolina. Coast Carolina.
Or Carolina. I don't see chickens written across, their shirts.
Craig says we the Eastern just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Nope.
Cannon says E. Carolina. I used to love talking about E. back in the day.
I hate that. Still do.
And once again, Elton said up yours. Up mine. Up mine. Up yours.
How about up yours, Elton?
How about that, Elton?
What do? Play the piano?
Up mine. Up yours.
You're just going back and forth. You're just going back and forth. Up yours.
Up yours.
No, up yours.
What a phrase.
Take
up
the yellow
yours.
brick road right up to the up yoursville.
Chad said up your nose with a rubber hose.
Word.
How about that, Elton? Up yours. It's fun to say. Now I know why he said that. I'm gonna start bringing up yours back to the daily conversation.
Remind me when we take a break. I'll tell you what the British version of up yours is.
All
up
right.
yours.
Well, let's do it right now. We'll be back after this.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
This is Holt Nailers. I've been eating at Parker's Barbecue since I was a kid. Now, all these years later, I still love to eat at Parker's. In fact, I love it so much, I bring my entire offensive line with me. They protect me, and I look out for them with great food from Parker's Barbecue. So whether you bring the team like me or just your friends and family, the awesome barbecue, chicken, and seafood at Parker's is a win every time. Parker's Barbecue, where they always treat you like family.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep wants to know if you're ready for a big finish to 2022. Are you ready to buy a new car or truck at factory invoice? The folks at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep are selling all remaining 2022 models at factory invoice for the big finish sales event. You pay what East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep pays for the vehicle, and you'll get all factory rebates and special finance rates. This is the deal of a lifetime. You can buy a new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram right now for factory invoice, plus get the rebates. Come shop from all remaining Ram trucks and buy one at factory invoice. A huge selection of new remaining 2022 Jeeps in stock are priced at factory invoice. Minivans, trucks, Jeeps, even the new Wagoneer, all at invoice now through the end of the month.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Crackville in Greenville. Come see us.
Offers do not include tax, tags, and $7.99 admin fee. Customers must qualify for all applicable rebates. See dealer for details.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, you know why we're here. The football season is back! Woo! That means those pregame barbecues with an ice-cold Pepsi? Totally back. Your perfectly placed football watching corner seat back and comfy as ever. 18 Sundays of touchdown scoring, Hail Mary throwing, ice-cold Pepsi flowing football action. You better believe it's back. And since that's too amazing to miss a single second's worth, Pepsi is officially giving you permission to always put football first. And when we say always, we mean always. Like when your lawn is looking less like a lawn and more like a jungle. If the game's on, then the lawnmower ain't. And those gutters you haven't cleaned, today is not their day. Or maybe those in-laws are back in town. Well, better hope they're football fans because your Sunday is completely booked. Or crack open a Pepsi and don't let anything get between you and your football watching. With love, Pepsi, made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Lang with Carolina Hardscapes, and we're excited to announce that we're Eastern North Carolina's premier fiberglass pool installation company. We partnered with industry-leading San Juan Pools so that we can build the backyard of your dreams. Whether it's an outdoor fireplace, patio, outdoor kitchen, or now a pool, give us a call at 364-1201 or find us on the web at carolinahardscapesandmulch.com so we can make your backyard the place to be. Go Pirates!
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Pirate to me, yo ho, yo ho, it's Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 60,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
Well, I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
If you were Mike P. or Irving or someone who wanted an Eastern Carolina hoodie for $80, you can no longer purchase it because it is down from the website. It has been yanked.
The power of Pirate Radio. We've done it.
So it was up there for, I don't know when it first got up there. I started seeing tweets about it about 20, 30 minutes ago. But after several tweets and one radio segment, it is gone. So they still have Birmingham Bowl shirts that you can purchase. And these are safe. It just has a logo. It doesn't even have a school name. Just pop a logo up there. By the way, Chandler, can I interest you in a $82.99 hoodie? You can still buy one of those on the website. For just $83, you can buy a Birmingham Bowl hoodie.
No, I have learned my lesson in purchasing things that are expensive that you really don't need. I have learned my lesson. I am not getting it.
I know, but do you know how nice that $83...
Now, if it was facial cream, then I would probably say yes.
But that $83 hoodie, do you know how nice it'll make your face look while you wear it?
I'll take two.
82 buckaroonies. And I'm sorry, folks, you can no longer buy the $80 hoodie with our name wrong. So.
I don't think... I'm trying to think... You know, because I go to a lot of concerts. You guys know this. And I have bought merchandise from said concerts. And you know they're horribly overpriced anyway for what you get.
They don't say New Kids on the Rock.
Avi. But
she just Avi'd me.
Yeah.
You got Avi'd.
But I don't think I've ever paid $80 for something at a concert. And they're usually way overpriced.
Well.
Why on the earth would you pay that much for a hoodie?
I had a gift card last year from to Fanatics or whatever, and I did get a Braves World Series hoodie for, I want to say, $80. I guess that's the going rate for an overpriced hoodie these days. I mean, it's outrageous.
I mean, if I was going to get maybe a jacket, I might think about paying that much.
And it's not even my favorite hoodie.
And because look, you can go online and find yourself a jersey for like $100.
Put a jersey on.
It's it's not that much less than a jersey, and I just think that's just way overpriced.
Thank you, Conan, for bringing to my attention that hoodie was no longer there. Lori said, here's your answer on how something like that happens. The bowl is owned by ESPN. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That explains
worldwide leader in sports.
Worldwide leader in lack of detail.
All right, we got to play the Weaver interview because Bryce is going to be here soon.
Let's leave it to Weaver.
So let's hit up the Pit Electric Live line and welcome on my co-host on the U.S. Sailor Fifth Quarter Call-In Show. He is Billy Weaver. Weave, how you doing?
Doing good. Hopefully you are too, and hopefully you had a nice Thanksgiving and getting ready for Christmas. I know you got a little one to take care of, and, well, I don't know if it's so little anymore.
It's pretty big now.
Yeah, but still, it's Christmas time, and it doesn't matter. Dad's got to come through.
Oh, yeah, always. And looking forward to that and a lot of bowl talk between now and then as well. We were wondering a lot of questions. Who's going to be the opponent? Where's the destination? What's the date? We get a post-Christmas bowl game, the 27th, against Coastal Carolina in the Birmingham Bowl. And Weave, your initial thoughts when you saw that matchup come out?
That was pretty much my initial thought. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the Birmingham Bowl. Now, I will say this. If you remember the last time the Pirates were in Birmingham for a bowl game, they played at Legion Field. And Legion Field is not in the best neighborhood in the world. It really isn't. It's just not it's not a fun place, a great place. I don't know much about – I haven't been to Birmingham since the new stadium that UAB plays in has been open. Can't remember what the name of the stadium is right off the top of my head. But that's probably going to be much better, much more conducive for a bowl. With Legion Field, I think the last time ECU played there, maybe the capacity was around 60 or 60-some thousand maybe. And that's after they had taken down the upper deck on the far side across from the press box. So it used to be just a huge kind of cavernous place. Now I think it's a little bit more conducive for a bowl game, and it should be a pretty good atmosphere. And 2 days after Christmas, I guess there's some positives and some negatives with that. I don't know if a whole lot of people will be able to make that trip because usually by after Christmas, people are starting to go back to work that next week, and with Christmas falling the way it does on a Sunday. So I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on the bowl game itself and when the bowl game is actually taking place.
Yeah, Weave gave his thoughts there. Not thrilled with it. So now they're playing at Protective Stadium, so you are protected around there, Billy. 47,100 capacity. Although I'm looking at attendance records on this stadium, which broke ground in 2019, opened in 2021. You've got Houston, Auburn played there, UAB, Liberty. The biggest attended event there was Garth Brooks in June of 2022, approximately 50,000. So Garth Brooks right now has the attendance record, and I don't believe this football game will surpass that coming up.
No, but I tell you what, if Garth Brooks were playing the halftime entertainment, I think I would definitely go to that one. And I know a lot of people would too, but I do like that the name is Protective Stadium because I don't know, and it wasn't just me, it was a lot of other people that felt the same way. I didn't feel very protected in the neighborhood around Legion Field for the last Birmingham Bowl.
Speaking of performances, my stepson is a Giants fan. He was sending me pictures from on Thanksgiving Day. He went to see Giants and Cowboys there in Dallas because he's living in Texas right now. He saw the Jonas Brothers at halftime, which, I'm not into, but a lot of people are. But that reminds me, Weave, wasn't there a Liberty Bowl? And I'll ask you if you've seen any other acts, but wasn't it like Eddie Money performed at one of the Liberty Bowls?
Yes, it was Eddie Money. Absolutely, I do remember that. But my all-time favorite, I do have to brag a little bit because, I was at Super Bowl 50, which was, of course, I think it's the only Super Bowl that didn't have the Roman numerals number. They didn't want to have just I guess it's the V for 50, but it was the golden kind of anniversary or whatever of the Super Bowl. So
what's that, Panthers and Broncos?
Yes, Panthers and Broncos. So they wanted to do something really big for that, and they did. If you remember, Lady Gaga sang the national anthem, and the halftime show was it was Beyonce, Bruno Mars, and
Was it Shakira?
No. It was the band that's really good, and their name escapes me right now, and it'll come back to me, of course, when we're off the air.
Well, I'll Google it up while we're talking.
Yeah, Google it up. But it was the band that's got so many hits, and anyway. But one of the best halftime shows I had ever seen.
Chandler says Black Eyed Peas.
No, it wasn't Black Eyed Peas.
I wouldn't call them a band. Let's see.
It wasn't.
All right, here we go. Halftime show. Oh, okay, I see. Let's see if I can sing a song that would. Well, I'm not good at singing their songs. Coldplay.
That's it. Coldplay.
Yeah.
But it was a great halftime show. So I don't know how we got on this subject. Have they announced if there's going to be any kind of halftime show or anything?
I would guess not. No, but I don't. Maybe a country act or something down there. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing I think you lose in some of these bowl games that aren't the college football playoff bowl games or the big New Year's Day bowl games. You don't get the rah-rah and the whole excitement around it. So I guess, but I do remember the Eddie Money one. That one actually was pretty good halftime show.
We've you said if it was Military Bowl, Myrtle Beach Bowl, maybe others you would attend. Do you plan on attending the Birmingham Bowl?
As soon as that came out, I thought, that's not a trip that I really want to make.
All right. Well, we'll be spending Christmas with Weave here on the fifth quarter.
So I will be in the studio. That's it's going to be fun. I just wish it was, and especially with the two teams that are involved, I wish it would have been closer geographically. It would have made more sense. Obviously, I think it would have lost a little luster, I guess, being in Myrtle Beach, just because Coastal Carolina is that's like a home game for them. I wouldn't imagine they would be very excited about that. So I would guess that they're a little bit more excited about going to Birmingham rather than just staying in their home stadium. But
I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't know and hadn't talked to anybody on that side.
Yeah. I
just maybe as a fan probably would have, or maybe as a player, you kind of want to feel a little special, like you've gone away, some destination. Of course, everybody wants to go to Florida. That's the fun, going to Florida. And then when East Carolina in 2007 went to Hawaii, not very good for the fans because there wasn't a whole lot of fans that could make that trip, obviously. And if I remember correctly, I think it was the day before Christmas, day or two before Christmas. So it was right before Christmas. Awesome destination. The players absolutely loved it. But all these bowls kind of have different positives and negatives about them for sure.
East Carolina will be making their third appearance in this bowl. They were in the first one against South Florida when it was the PapaJohns.com Bowl. And the Pirates lost that one to South Florida. They lost to Florida, and now they'll be making their third appearance. That'll tie them with South Florida and Pittsburgh for most appearances in this bowl game.
You want to know something funny about the Papa John's Bowl is I think it was during halftime, I went up into the concourse area expecting to find some Papa John's pizza. There wasn't any. It was not in the press box. It was the weirdest thing.
What a sham.
There was no Papa John's pizza. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's I used to, back a long time ago when I first got in the business, went to a few Outback Bowls down in Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
And they were always 11 a.m. games, but they still had blooming onions, and they had all the Outback spread up in the press box. So that was one of the big cool things about going to bowl games sometimes is you knew the title sponsor was going to hook you up with some good food.
I like the Outback Bowl just turning it on because, as you said, it's like the first one in the morning, and it's cold and gray here, but it's always like the shiniest bowl game. Like it's always like, well, that and the Rose Bowl, I guess, but it seems like the Outback Bowl always has great weather for it.
Yeah, it's down in Tampa, Florida, and used to be in the old Sombrero, the Tampa Stadium. Now I guess it's in Raymond James. I hadn't been to a game, an Outback Bowl, since it's been in Raymond James, but when I was there, it was and I guess it still is, the SEC and the Big Ten. So I did get to see Gene Stallings' last game at Alabama there. Got to see Joe Paterno with Penn State, so that was pretty cool. I went 3 straight years, so it was really cool to go down there, and that was talk about a great destination. Tampa was awesome, and especially a New Year's Day game bowl. It was the only tough thing was everybody wanted to go out for New Year's Eve in Ybor City in Tampa, and live it up. But then you had an 11 a.m. kickoff the next day. Needless to say, there were a few hungovers on the sidelines and up in the press box.
Billy Weaver joining us. Pit Electric Live Line, he'll be with us at a later start, Weave, so you will not be hungover on December 27th. You'll be ready to roll with all of us.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
That's true. I shouldn't assume that you're not going to get plastered the day before.
I could get lit on a Tuesday. That's not a problem.
Oh, you might be in here hammered instead of hungover. Who knows?
That's right.
But we'll be with you all day long leading up to that kickoff, 2:45. Our coverage will begin on the 27th on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Then after the game, the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. One more time to wrap it up for this 2022 season. And we will see what players take the field and participate in that game. We know that a couple won't. ECU linebacker Xavier Smith, Avery Jones, the center for the Pirates, will not be playing in that game as the transfer portal is opening up. Jones in the portal, Xavier Smith wrapping up his career at East Carolina. So now that is that's something we didn't really talk about much, I guess, 10, 15 years ago. Now it's very prevalent among these bowl games. Who's in it, who's playing, who's sitting out, who's going pro, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the first college football team to cancel on a bowl game because they don't have enough players.
Yeah.
Because they've all entered the transfer portal. And, I kind of say that jokingly because, there's, 125 players usually on the roster of a college football team. But in seriousness, I mean, you could have half, if not more, of your starting lineup in the transfer portal, and teams that, there could be that decision that said, you know what, we're just not going to play in this thing because we've got X amount of starters on offense and X amount of starters on defense that are not playing because they're in the transfer portal. And I think that's a legitimate issue now.
Yeah.
The transfer portal has become such a crazy deal. And look at who the teams that it's really starting to hurt now is teams like Alabama. Nick Saban is losing a ton of guys, and some former, I know his the former number 1 offensive lineman in the country, and ESPN's number 2 overall prospect in the country for 21, I think, has now entered the transfer portal. He was a redshirt freshman his first year and saw limited playing time this year, and he's decided to bug out of Alabama with a bunch of other players too. So I think, in years past where teams like Alabama would have, second and third team guys that would be starters on other teams, we've said that many times before. Now those guys are saying, you know what, I'm not going to sit on the bench here at Alabama just because it's Alabama. I'm going to go somewhere where I can play and where I can go and start making some NIL money, because typically your guys sitting on the bench aren't making that money, and they know that now that they can go somewhere else, be a starter at another, university X, Y, or Z, and make money while they're playing football sitting on the bench. So it's a different deal now.
It certainly raises new questions. Are the backups on Alabama, who aren't getting that playing time, is there enough NIL money around to keep them there an extra year or two? Or are the stars getting paid all the NIL money? Just stuff we never thought we'd be saying with college football and the way it is now. Shirley Rhodes, can you fire me up some 40 bowls in 14 days? And we can get one in here for Weave, if you don't mind.
40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, 40 bowls in 14 days, oh my goodness. 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days.
All right, we got a lot of bowl games to pick, and we'll pick one with you right now. Let's go out to beautiful New Mexico. University Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's the New Mexico Bowl. It is Saturday, December 17th at 2:15. It'll be SMU and BYU. We saw one of these teams this year, and it was the one that's not an American team, BYU, taking on SMU. You got any ties here, any inklings? What's your pick in this game?
Well, I'd have to go with BYU just because I know a little bit more about BYU, and this is a team that was supposed to be really good at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Obviously, kind of limped into a bowl game. They went through a bad little stretch towards the middle of the season. Do you have spreads on these games?
I can pull one up for you real fast. That is a great question, Weave. And
wondering what the spread is. I guess if I'm taking straight up or if I'm taking points or how that's going to work.
We play straight up here, but I will give you a number, and that number is SMU minus 1.5. So it's a tight one.
Yeah, it is a tight one, but I think I'm going to go with BYU for the upset.
All right, Weave is on the Cougars. Not the first time that statement has been said over the years. Hey, Weave.
That one.
I saw somebody sent me a tweet last night, a graphic of East Carolina, our Washington Commanders. We share a love for both the Pirates and the Commanders. A playoff graphic, which Washington is firmly, in a really good spot here. Got the Giants coming up. It's been flexed to Sunday Night Football in a couple of Sundays, and I'm already freaking out about that. But that just tells you that the Commanders are in a good spot. Now, I like the graphic that shows the playoff picture, and I like when it says the team is in the hunt. But last night on ESPN, they put up a graphic, I guess, that it said who's in the wild card, and then there's a column that says sniffing around. And I don't like that. I don't want to be sniffing around. It sounds kind of creepy, right?
It sounds very, and I don't want to really get political, but it just fits, and it's just because of kind of some of the stuff that's been going around. It sounds very Joe Biden-ish to me.
Wait, you can't say in the hunt because we can't kill. Well, we got Bryce Williams coming up to talk about hunting later on. Should we call it sniffing? Hey, Bryce, what you been sniffing?
Sniffing around. So, it just reminds me of somebody like an old creepy man sniffing around. It's like, I don't know. It's just a bad connotation to me.
We're sniffing. We're hunting. We're not sniffing. Commanders, how'd you feel about that tie on Sunday? Tie?
I'm just, you know how I feel about ties. There shouldn't be a tie. I don't think there should be a tie in any sport.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't be. I mean, that's why you play the game. When you bust your tail and practice all week, and you're, all the things that you go through with, especially in sports now, and sports on every level is a year-round gig for those who take it very seriously, and for those that play at the highest level. The last thing you want is to feel unaccomplished or to feel like somebody, okay, well, we might as well not even have played that game. I'm not a big fan of ties. And what it does now is it puts the Commanders in a situation where they really need to beat the Giants on Sunday night. Next Sunday night, because they got this weekend off. So it just kind of puts the Commanders in a little bit of a different situation. I think I would have just rather, to have a winner. I mean, play until there's somebody wins. That's just always my way of looking at it.
Yeah, and it's almost like, I'm not saying it wasn't a waste of time, but now all the importance goes on what happens a couple of Sundays from now. So it really is a tie. You didn't gain anything, but you didn't really lose anything. It's kind of a winner-take-all between those two. And there's more games to be played, and it depends on what happens with Seattle and maybe even Detroit if they keep winning. But basically all it does is put a premium on the game coming up in Washington a couple of Sundays from now.
Yeah, it really does. And I tell you what, the thing about this year, though, which is really interesting to me, is that how the NFC East has gone from the NFC least, which we used to call it, to the NFC beast. I mean, before this past Sunday's game between the Giants and the Commanders, if the season had ended at that point, all 4 of the NFC East teams would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever happened before, and if it has, it's been a long time since,
Well, I think it's been mathematically impossible until they added this new one, so I think it would be the first time ever if it does happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's still possible.
Yeah.
It really is. So that's the crazy thing.
And I said to Kevin Monroe, he's a Cowboys fan, as you know. But I was saying, Washington 7-5, now 7-5-1. In most years of recent years, we'd be looking at winning the division with that record,
Yeah.
And now we're in last and kind of earning our way in with a good record to the wild card. So it tells you the dramatic flip we've seen.
Well, look at the NFC South. Look who's in the league.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-6.
Yeah.
So whoever wins that division's not going to be much over 500 because that one's. I mean, everybody in the NFC South is pretty much still in it. Even I think the Carolina Panthers are still mathematically in it. So that's where we're used to being, is in that situation where it didn't seem like anybody wants to win the division. I wonder how it would play out. Speaking of the tie thing, if each NFC East division team in a division game against a divisional opponent, if we all tied all of those games, what would happen? Would everybody make it in the playoffs that way? Because then you're not losing games.
Well, you just bent my brain into a pretzel weave, so I gotta I gotta take a break. I don't even know how to fathom. It's funny. I got right after the game, I'm kind of looking at the standings, looking at my phone. My dad calls me. He's like, "All right, so what does that mean?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm doing equations, but that's what it does. Like, it sucks to tie, but also for playoff picture and purposes too. It just looks ugly to see that one at the end, So
I know. It just seems to. It like you said, it confuses me. It throws a whole new wrinkle into everything, and then it's not as cut and dry. Okay, well, this team is 7-5. This team here is 8-4. The 8-4 team goes.
Right.
Then you throw in a tie in there, and then you throw in the head-to-head thing, and then what's going to happen, when the Giants are a game or a half game ahead of the Commanders in the standings, but the Commanders win the second game, so they've won a game and a half, basically, in the head-to-head. Does that? It gets confusing. It's a pain.
Billy Weaver joining us, Pit Electric Live Line. We'll try to get you back on here, Pirate Radio Live, because we won't see you again in the studio until after Christmas on the 5th quarter. But we'll keep in touch here for the next couple weeks, get you on the show and talk sports with you.
All right, man. We'll see. It's going to be fun. Let me just say this too, to add this to it, that I am happy that East Carolina is going to a bowl game. I'm not ecstatic about the bowl that they're going to. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, it doesn't matter what bowl as long as we're going to a bowl. I agree with that. Everybody wants to go to a good bowl and have fun and a good destination and all that. But the bottom line is East Carolina's going to a bowl game. That is a good thing for the university. It's a good thing for these players. So I'm just glad that, barring anything crazy, I guess, they're going to play this year as opposed to last year when they didn't get that chance, and that's going to be great for the seniors.
Looking forward to it. We'll have Weave and your calls on the U.S. Sailor 5th quarter call-in show one more time on the 27th after the Birmingham Bowl. Weave, thanks for joining us, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
Billy Weaver joining us, Pit Electric Live Line. Let's take a break. When we return, Bryce Williams joins us. We'll talk Birmingham Bowl. We'll catch Bryce up on all the latest shenanigans coming out of the Birmingham Bowl. We'll get his thoughts on if he likes it or not. We had a former Pirate in here earlier today that says it's his least favorite bowl the Pirates could possibly play in this year. That was Willie Smith earlier. We'll get Bryce's take on that. And open up the treasure chest. We'll have one lucky winner coming up later on in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go. We're back with you after this.
Jeff Stein for Brown & Wood, our special guest today. Jeff, the holiday travel season is here. Folks are going to be traveling. How can you help them out in the service department?
With the winter months coming, customers are putting on new tires, getting alignments, making sure we check their brakes. We also have an increase in parts inventory, so that's speeding up the process for the customer. And don't forget, we have free pickup and drop-off. To make an appointment, you can visit our website at brownandwood.net or give us a call at 252-355-6080. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The holiday tradition is back, this year celebrating its 30th anniversary in Greenville. It's the Nutcracker, presented by Dance Arts Theater. Be sure to get your tickets soon before it sells out. The Nutcracker will be at Rod Auditorium on the campus of ECU December 10th and 11th. Saturday has a 2 p.m. matinee and a 7 p.m. evening show. Sunday has a 2 p.m. matinee. Get your tickets now by going online at tickets.ecu.edu. Celebrate the season with the Nutcracker, now in its 30th year by Dance Arts Theater.
Don't stress this holiday season. Give the gift of beauty. A gift certificate from Beauty Bar Medi Spa will not only bring a smile to that special someone, it will smooth wrinkles, tighten skin, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair. Visit the professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa in Greenville. Available now. Gift certificate specials for her or him. And BOGO stocking stuffers. You save and they glow. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Go Pirates.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles for my friends at Ed Watkins Marine. I've known Ed personally for years, covering his winning performances on the football field and on NASCAR's pit road. Now Ed is winning on the water, and you get to win too. You win with awesome prices on boats from Ed Watkins Marine, and of course, great service after the sale. If you're looking for a new boat, contact Ed Watkins Marine today. They will deliver anywhere. Find them online at edwatkinsmarine.com and tell them the voice sent you.
Love is never having to say you're sorry for your internet, because with MetroNet, you get fast, reliable, 100% fiber speeds you'll love with unlimited data, so you can stream, study, surf, and game on all your devices simultaneously. No lag times or buffering. MetroNet offers student deals. Get 100 megabit internet for just $39.95 a month. Switch to MetroNet today at metronet.com/switch. MetroNet. Love your internet.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients.
Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road in Winterville, and a new location coming soon to Uptown Greenville.
U.S. Cellular has always believed that connection is the greatest gift of all. That's why we're giving everyone one line for $29.99 a month with unlimited data this holiday season. That's right, one line, unlimited data for just $29.99 a month. That's more than a great deal. That's locally grown connection from U.S. Cellular. Limited time offer, terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Pirate Radio.
Being a part of the program, being a student athlete at ECU, they are going to be very much in the spotlight.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or you can visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Hit the music, Shirley. Our guest is here and has been here a long time.
Here.
I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man. Bryce Williams joining us. He's been in the green room a long time today.
Sheesh. Billy Weaver stole some of my dang thunder there.
I apologize for
18
that. 18
minutes worth.
I know, man. But so we gotta get it all in a short amount of time.
2-minute drill here.
First of all, quick note as we continue to take more of Bryce's time. Went back and looked up ECU at UNCW almost 14 years ago to the day. And my man James Legan was throwing fireballs. He was 8 of 13 from 3, 26 points, leading the Pirates to a 99-85 win at UNCW. East Carolina on the road tonight, 4.5-point underdogs to UNC Wilmington. Both teams, I believe, coming in at 6-3 on the year. So you got that going on tonight. Bryce, Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
Your initial thoughts on the bowl, the matchup, all the above. What do you think?
I mean, honestly, I was hoping for more of the, what was it, the Gasparilla Bowl, and maybe some of the Florida Bowls, you know, a little better setting, of course, because, I mean, obviously Florida in December is a little better than Alabama in December. You know, the matchup, when I was in the Birmingham Bowl, we actually, got to play an SEC team, so that was exciting because that was the first one I've gotten to play against. I was hopeful for a better outcome, but so that made it exciting to know we were playing Florida. Ours this year, Coastal Carolina. I mean, they're a good team. It's not one where you're like, dang, all right, Coastal Carolina, because they're in the
Fun Belt, yeah.
Fun Belt. So it's like, but definitely don't want to discredit, the team's accomplishment of making it to a bowl by any means. But just, was more hopeful for a Florida Bowl. Obviously going to that bowl in 2014. Birmingham doesn't have much sparkle. I guess you could say, Legion Stadium. I guess that's where it's still played.
No, they have a new stadium.
Okay. Oh, well.
They do have a new stadium.
Is it up? Is it still, what's that? So if I say, Legion Stadium, it was cool with the history of it,
right.
Alabama used to play there, correct?
There's been an Iron Bowls there. Bama's played there.
Yeah. So, that was cool to have that history. It wasn't like glamorous stadium by any means.
This one looks like Dowdy Ficklen kind of. I mean, it's got a big scoreboard there.
Okay.
And I believe it seats like 46,000. I mentioned this earlier with Weaver a moment ago. The highest attended event at that stadium so far has been the Garth Brooks concert, where they had 50,000 plus. And there's not going to be that many people there to see this football game.
It was, cool. They got a little updated venue, so that's nice. But, at the end of the day, they made it to a bowl game, so congrats to, this year's team. And, we walk out with in the season with a win a bowl game. That's, a great accomplishment. So that's obviously the main goal of, the team and, of course, all the fans and things, and obviously the extra curricular stuff and, venue and the area you go to obviously makes things a little more exciting. Obviously Florida would have been a little better as far as that aspect goes, but still another postseason game we get to play.
Well, Bryce, I've been saying, I like the opponent. I like Coastal, kind of a regional game here. They're a scrappy team. It'll be a fun matchup. I've been trying to I guess defend the bowl a little bit. Like, hey, we're glad we're there.
Right.
Well, an hour ago, this started floating around the internets and social media, and now this has been taken down. So if you wanted one of these, you can't get one anymore. But for $77.99,
wow,
you could get an official Birmingham Bowl hoodie. The problem is that hoodie says Eastern Carolina.
What do people not get? I don't get it. I mean, our school's been around, 100 years?
Yeah, more, yeah.
110 maybe. Football's been around just as long, and we're still Eastern. I mean,
yep.
Get with the program, people.
So, Birmingham Bowl quickly taking that off the website after being blasted by
I feel bad for who spent $80 on a Eastern Carolina, because I've never heard of them.
Never heard hide nor hair of them them fools. All right, so there's that Birmingham, and you have been there, Bryce. So like you can speak to it. How good, bad. Willie Smith hates it. I even started because he was in the first ever PapaJohns.com Bowl, which was there against South Florida back in the day. So he is anti-Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, Willie, well, how about, would you rather play at the Idaho Potato Bowl or Birmingham? He said Idaho. I said, okay, what about
Idaho is that in?
What's the
I thought it was
Boise. It's on the blue turf.
Oh, okay. Brought a little, excitement, I'd say. A little change, maybe? I don't know.
How about New Mexico Bowl or Birmingham?
I don't really know. I guess it was in Albuquerque.
Yep, it is.
Maybe New Mexico.
All right. What I'm getting at is Birmingham is on the bottom of a lot of lists here.
Right. Yeah.
Like Bahamas, Hawaii, obviously those are no-brainers.
Right.
All the Florida Bowls, yeah you would take those. There was one more, Shreveport Independence Bowl, Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
I
think so. I've never been to
Birmingham, Shreveport.
Is it? Yeah. Because, where we practiced was Hoover High School. So, when we were in the Florida Beef O'Brady's Bowl and the R.L. Carriers Bowl, or however it is.
Yeah, R&L.
We got to practice at the Saints facility. And then, we got to practice at the Tropicana Field. But instead, you're at a high school stadium, high school locker room.
Yeah.
Things, it's like, So that
was it weird playing in the Trop, or did it just feel like?
No, it was actually cool. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and you won that one, right? So
yes,
something to be excited about. That's right, two-time beef. Where's the beef? Big beef,
the
Bryce
winning
Williams.
ring.
All right, Bryce. Let's see. We got to get to the treasure chest. We got to carve out time for that. Since we last talked to you, they're expanding the playoffs. Did you see that?
I have heard word. Can you?
You've heard word.
Heard word. I haven't seen word.
Okay.
Can you? But it was 12 teams now.
It's a 12-teamer, and the highest ranked Group of 5 champion is in. Got a spot, a seat at the table. They don't give us the seat at the end with the king and the queen, but they give us a little seat, maybe a booster chair.
Yeah, which I kind of like because you could. I guess it gives more options of different teams coming with the same.
Well, it gives you a chance. Like Ruffin McNeil when talking to you or saying, "All right, guys, the goal this year is to go undefeated." But you had no real chance to make it to the playoff.
Right.
Now you can legitimately say, "Hey guys, let's win the conference. Let's go 9-3, and let's play in the playoff.
Yeah.
Play Ohio State."
Yeah,
like that. If it
out of it, unreal.
If that had happened this year, if it was in this year instead of 2 years from now, Tulane is in.
Yeah.
So I
like it.
You got a chance, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
How about Tulane's playing in their bowl game after winning the championship?
I don't know.
They get a piece of Lincoln and USC.
Oh God.
In the Cotton Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's cool. Wow.
And Lincoln and his folks are not going to be happy because they had playoff aspirations. They were doused by Utah on Friday night. So it'll be Michigan, Georgia, TCU, and Ohio State. And they separate Michigan and Ohio State. They just played a couple weeks ago. So they kind of separated them. Game one, first games will be Georgia and Ohio State, and Michigan versus TCU in the playoffs.
Definitely going TCU over Michigan.
Pulling for?
Pulling for TCU. I'd like to see TCU, obviously because Garrett Riley's there. And that's somebody who played there. And then you say Georgia, Ohio State. Probably going Georgia.
Georgia?
Who I'm pulling for, yeah.
All right, I just saw something on the chat. Let me see if this is legit. Steve Hill is not exactly Tim Kirkchin. All right, so here we go. The Game Day MLB. What is that? Is that a verified account? That's nothing. That is not an account. John Heyman, baseball writer, says, Giants say they have not heard on Aaron Judge. My apologies for jumping the gun. Sounds like Aaron Judge to the Giants has legs, but I'm seeing nothing official at this moment. There is some portal news, Chandler. Transfer portal MVP. Yeah, this guy's a transfer portal Hall of Famer. JT Daniels has spent more time in the portal than he has playing college football. He's gone from USC to Georgia, Georgia to West Virginia, and now he's back in the portal looking for school number 4.
Where does he go? He has spent, my goodness. I mean, I guess he's making friends everywhere.
He's got a lot of buddies. And you know what? With social media, it's easy to connect with people not in our area.
Yep.
But are you really connecting with them? Right. You don't have that face-to-face. JT Daniels says, screw that. I'm going to all these campuses.
Right.
I'm going to get to know everybody.
Exactly. He is the Ryan Fitzpatrick of college football.
He is everywhere.
Goodness.
And he will be entering the portal. And honestly, I mean, we'll see where he lands. But I think East Carolina tries to add a veteran QB. It could be the traveling man himself, JT Daniels. I think they. Do you think they had a QB? ECU?
I'm sorry, what? The way you worded that was weird.
Do you think East Carolina adds a quarterback? And I accept your apology.
Do you think East Carolina has a quarterback?
Do you think East Carolina adds a quarterback?
Adds a quarterback.
Adds.
I'm sorry.
Again, I accept your apology.
I think so. To go neck and neck with Mason Garcia. Especially in the spring and fall. Do you think we get one by the spring, though?
I'm going...
Because Kurt Benkert left after the spring. You can leave after spring, and we see a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bryce?
I'm thinking yes.
Yes, we add one? Pre-spring?
Pre-spring.
Yeah, I think with all these damn names, sorry to curse, but there's 1,000 guys in there right now.
Right.
Add one now. Why wait?
I mean, damn.
I apologize. Do you accept my apology?
I accept it.
Thank you.
Hey, why not go ahead and get another West Virginia quarterback? We got a quarterback in recruiting in Raheem Jeter, who was committed to West Virginia.
You sure it's not Jaheim Reeder?
That's where I was going, but it's Raheem Jeter.
Okay.
So we got Raheem Jeter, who was committed to West Virginia, to flip to East Carolina.
You know, you've been doing the Mike Houston so long, you're starting to do it yourself now.
I know. But how about we get JT Daniels?
Shirley, watch out over there.
How about we get JT Daniels, a former West Virginia quarterback, or should I say a former Trojan, a former Bulldog,
He's a former everything.
and now a former Mountaineer, to become a Pirate.
Yeah. We talked to Willie Smith earlier about the transfer portal and everything, Bryce, and he said all the right things. I was a Pirate. I was going to stick around. He did say with with Skip Holtz leaving, going into his senior year, that if it was today, he could see himself, testing the waters. Like, I'm a NFL prospect. My coach left. I got to learn a new offense, do all that. What if I do that elsewhere? Makes sense. Now that it's so available and open, it changes the minds of people. But so like you, when you lost your offensive coordinator and your quarterback, but Coach Ruff is still here. A lot of your buddies are still here and everything. Same offense, all that. So like, I don't know, though, if they fired Ruff and McNeil going into your senior year, I mean, it's probably something you would have thought about, right?
Yeah.
At least, like, the options there,
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know, because I think I would have stayed. Just being my situation, I kind of had solidified things, and I would think the new coaching staff would kind of already...
You had your spot.
That. Yeah.
Well,
you had your woman, too.
Yeah.
Which, that's a factor.
Right.
The personal life.
Yeah.
But you had such a good junior year. I believe in the days world with the transfer portal and NIL, I believe there would have been some.
Right.
There would have been some schools.
They would have been keeping you here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Weekly interviews on Pirate Radio.
Yeah.
I was talking
Jack's
about other
hunting.
schools.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's thinking
not us. I'm
options.
saying other schools would have been coming after Bryce.
Well, sure, but we ourselves here at ECU would have been doing all we can to keep him here.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. But there's a lot of good hunting down in Tuscaloosa, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, you could have been a hog. You could have been. I heard there's some good hunting going on in Arkansas.
Arkansas,
Go to the
Fayetteville.
Auburn.
That's what I hear.
Get a Little Rock. Catch a hog. Kill your deer.
Woo pig.
I hear Ann Arbor's doing some hunting down there now, over in Michigan now.
Oh,
All right,
Isn't that up there? Not down there.
Is that how coaches would have?
I got turned around.
You know
I
what?
got my compass.
Yeah.
Knowing you now, if I was a recruiter, if I was a college football coach and I was going out to try to get you to transfer to my school, that's how I would pitch you.
Hey, but,
I would show up in like full camo gear, being like, "Hey, let's go on a hunt." And
Hey, NIL deals. They say, "Hey, look, we got a Bass Pro Shop up there, or Cabela's, or
you could be a spokesperson for it."
I don't know.
What's the big Bass Pro Shop? Is it like Memphis has the pyramid or whatever? Or am I making that up?
I think Memphis has a pyramid.
Do you think
I
that's
think
enough to get you to go there?
I don't know. I'd have to say, hey, what's my playing time first?
Yeah. Question about the payout for the Birmingham Bowl. Let me see if I can find that at the snap of a finger, because I saw a list. Good grief. There's a lot of words here.
A lot of snapping going on.
Oh, there's some payouts.
Let's see if it's announced.
That's like each school gets this?
I think this is total. Birmingham. 1.3 milli.
So you get splitty?
1.3 milli, get the splitty of the 1.3 milli. Golly, Bahamas Bowl.
Wait, that's all that paid out?
Enjoy the trip, but you ain't getting no cash. You broke.
No.
You are broke.
Yeah, no thing.
So who asked that question? Jeffrey. What a shot, Jeffrey. I'm seeing 1.3
So where's that
million.
money go, like at each school, just to get divided amongst like all the athletics, or?
Again, see, I was wishing I could answer that question and move on, and you're just adding more questions that I don't know the answer to. I'm Chandler, you got any idea?
Any idea?
Chandler, you're kind of our finances guy around here.
Yeah.
No, sir.
That's a good question, though, Jeffrey. And I tell you what, one day we'll dive into. Troy D is our business insider. We'll dive into the business side
I'd be curious.
of the Birmingham Bowl, because a lot of these bowls, and Bryce and I just saw that number for Bahamas. A lot of these bowls you're losing money on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just think about the travel to get to the Bahamas for these schools, and you're getting paid out $225,000 divided by 2.
Yeah, like that doesn't even pay like airfare, food.
Yeah. Bahama. All right, let's open up the treasure chest. Without warning, without fanfare. We're just going to open it up. Crack-a-lack it.
And the phones have begun to ring.
Here we go.
And that sounds like a Halloween door.
It's a little eerie.
Yeah.
But, man, on the other side, you want to talk about a treat. The biggest treat you've ever seen in your life.
What's inside?
We'll run over the prizes. We'll have our winner. And Bryce Williams will select your prize on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. The treasure chest is open. Who will join Robert Matthews as our winners in 2022? We'll find out when we return after this.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
Do you find it hard to stay healthy during the holidays? You're not alone. The secret is in all in what you eat. At Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we have certified dietitians to provide you with accurate advice on the eating plan and lifestyle choices that you need to make to help you live well. You need more than just an internet search to be able to get a plan that fits your unique needs. Your dietitian will customize an eating plan that is specific to your goals, your budget, and your lifestyle while providing coaching along the way. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Keaton Mitchell, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations are available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
The treasure chest has been opened, and we have a winner on the Pit Electric Live line. Yesterday, we had a regular who was a first-time winner, Robert Matthews. Today we have a regular who I believe has won in the past, and a shot caller as well, calling her shot this year. First female winner of the 2022 Treasure Chest. Panthers superfan Susan Deans is a winner. Congratulations, Susan.
Hi, how are you all?
We're doing great. And you have won in the past, right, Susan?
Yep, every year.
Not every year.
I have. Well, every year that I've been doing it.
All right.
I've won about the last 4 years. Yeah.
Wow. That's going to make a lot of people mad.
Chad.
That my daughter won the day after I won last year. So.
Well, we're doing one per family. We're calling it the Patrick Brown Susan Deans rule. One per household this time.
Appreciate it. Okay. Well, appreciate that.
Chandler, we had a guy we were talking to at halftime of the last basketball game, and he said, I call every year, get busy every time. Can't get in.
Yeah.
And Susan's won at least 4 in a row, she says.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Shirley, let's run down the prizes that are available in the treasure chest.
I would run them down, except Bryce has my list.
Bryce, let's run down the prizes.
Are we alternating?
So we're going to alternate. And by the way,
oh gosh,
this is the third sheet this week I've received because we keep adding prizes.
Oh, did we get some more?
I want to say because I got another. I believe there is.
Oh, you know what? I was wondering why my envelope was in the wrong place when I came into work this morning.
I got a new sheet. So I'm assuming we got more stuff added.
Double check at the bottom of that sheet that's on the envelope.
Yeah.
No, it's marked out.
It's not.
On the side. Oh, no, wait. Is it a reprint?
Anyway,
There's no names.
We're good.
There's no names on it.
We're fine. Just mark that out, Bryce. Susan.
Sorry, Susan.
We're figuring all this out for you, Susan.
On the fly.
I'm sitting in the parking lot of Chico's waiting to go in. That's all right.
All right.
She's next door.
Let's run it down.
Oh, God.
So, Bryce, I'm going to go first. You hit the next one. Ready?
Got it.
All right, here we go. A $150 gift card from Bostic Sugg Furniture.
12 pizzas from Papa John's.
A 1 free year VIP subscription to Hoist the Colors.
$100 gift card from Familia.
$100 gift card and gift basket from Beauty Bar MediSpa.
$100 gift card from Chico's.
$100 gift card from Wings Over Greenville.
$50 gift card.
Oh, you got the long one.
Oh, $50 gift card to Aiden Country Club and 2 dozen Titleist Pro V golf balls from Brandon Manning and Farm Bureau of Winterville Insurance.
Well done. $100 gift card from Tiebreakers.
$100 cash and T-shirt from Sparky Snowballs.
A Bud Light fire pit, cooler, and tailgate chair from Carolina Eagle Distributing.
Natural Light Can Jam set, cooler, and tailgate chair from Carolina Eagle Distributing.
A tailgate party for 10 and gift basket from Parker's Barbecue.
A Pirate Fan gift basket from UBE.
$100 gift card to Coco's Sports Bar.
One $25 gift card to Christie's Europub, the Dap House, the Sidebar, and the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. $100 total.
$100 gift card to Jersey Mike's.
And a $100 gift card to Shimmer Boutique.
Great job, Bryce Williams. Susan, anything in particular? Wait, before we do that, we got to ask personal question.
Personal.
Oh, God.
Chandler, you got a Panthers question probably, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, you ask yours first, and then I'll ask a different Panthers question.
I just want to know, Susan, who do you want as the next Panthers head coach?
Steve Wilkes. I like him.
Okay.
Stay in-house. Susan, my question for you is, who is on your favorite Panthers Mount Rushmore? Top 4 players of all time.
Christian McCaffrey, Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, and Greg Olson.
All right, there's the 4. Nice. Well done. Had them ready to go. Shirley, Bryce, your question for Susan.
Miss Susan, are you a real Christmas tree person or a fake Christmas tree person?
Real. We just paid $265 for this tree.
Man, that's prime. Prime. Is it a Douglas fir?
Yes.
Prime Douglas fir. I'm glad I'm a real person, a real tree person as well.
All right.
No fake ones in our house.
We got a real one on the line.
There we go.
We got a real one.
Hunted.
All right, Shirley, your question.
Susan, I know how much you celebrated when Matt Rule was fired as Panthers head coach. How much did you celebrate when Baker was let go?
Well, I was happy because I was like, oh, I liked him. I tried to give him a chance. But then just read a few minutes ago while we were waiting, while y'all were having your conversation, saw that he was just picked up by the Rams. So I guess he'll do whatever. But, I'm glad they didn't send him to San Francisco because McCaffrey doesn't need to play with him. So
keep him away.
That's fair.
All right.
So, I really was. At first, I didn't really like him, but then I thought, oh, okay, we'll give him a thing. But now that we have Sam Darnold as our franchise quarterback, we can. How can we go wrong? I'm being sarcastic.
Chad tweets, Susan, so happy for you. Congratulations. And a sarcastic yay. So he is,
I know.
There you go. All right. Susan, anything in particular you'd like out of the treasure chest today?
No, don't want to be greedy. Like restaurants a lot,
Well, you might as well go ahead and get the Chico's gift card. Didn't you say you're in the Chico's parking lot?
I'll pull that out of here.
Pick it up. Okay, I'm going to walk over there.
All right. So, Shirley, you do the cool sound effects. Bryce will do the opening. And Bryce will reveal your prize.
I hope it's the Chico's one.
That'd be very appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you just got one.
Apropos.
Daggum. These pieces of paper.
Did he tear it?
Yeah. We got, Susan, well, it is a $100 gift card to Coco's Sports Bar.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, good. good. Coco Sports for $100. Yes, that's fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can watch some Panthers games and enjoy some great food there, right, Chandler?
Absolutely. Try their Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. They are phenomenal.
Yeah, we haven't been there yet. We were saying we needed to, so I will definitely come try it.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Susan Deans is headed to Coco's. Susan, thanks for all your support over the years, and congratulations.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Susan
Deans, a real one.
She's a real one. Tree.
She's a real one, baby.
And Panthers fan. Susan Deans, let me jot that down, is the winner of the Coco's Sports Bar gift card.
Now, I will say this. You might have a new sheet tomorrow.
Another new prize?
I added one today.
Oh, baby. They call him the Adder.
I'm the Adder.
The Adder.
Want to welcome
the Puff Adder.
Want to welcome Bodies and Balance, one, to our advertising, being an advertising sponsor.
Welcome to the family.
And they are so generous and so nice that they're going to be giving a free 30-minute stretch and a free massage for an hour.
Wow. Free massage?
Free massage.
Are employees eligible to win?
Massage.
And
I could use a stretch.
That is an over 100. I think they said it's around about $120 value.
Dang.
Free stretch for 30 minutes and then an hour massage for free.
Well, and it's the business is
Bodies and Balance.
Okay. What about a guy like me that has a big body but not a lot of balance? Do you think they can help me out?
They can stretch you out and kind of even it out for you.
All right. I got to check that out. Bodies and Balance. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the treasure chest.
Yes.
How about that, folks? The treasure chest, it keeps dwindling each day, and we just add more to it
Yep.
and make more winners.
People go, oh, man, it's getting little. The list is getting smaller and smaller. Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast. Not so fast. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce Williams when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Celebrate the holidays with America's favorite light beer, Bud Light. When planning your holiday festivities, be sure to pick up some Bud Lights at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's holiday fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this December and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Happy holidays from Bud Light and Carolina Eagle. Go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
When it comes to hauling dirt, asphalt, or stone, you can trust the pros at First and Goal Hauling Incorporated. They have a fleet of dump trucks ready to get the job done. And best of all, it's owned and operated by ECU football alum Dakota Marshall. When you have a big job and you need it done right, count on First and Goal Hauling, where it's a touchdown every time. Keep up with Dakota Marshall and First and Goal Hauling by following them on Facebook today.
It's the season for warmer clothes, hot apple cider, and changing leaves. But what doesn't change and what won't change is our commitment to your complete satisfaction each and every time you visit our dealership. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Complete customer satisfaction isn't just a seasonal thing, it's delivered every day. That's why we are the place to find your next truck or SUV. Come in and get you one. Phelps Chevrolet. Visit today or see us on the web.
Enjoy the comfort, style, and beauty of the holidays at Bostic Sugg Furniture. We have everything you need to deck your halls for less. Living room furniture for family get-togethers, dining sets for holiday dinners, bedrooms, and more. Save up to 70% off clearance items, plus 6 months special financing. Settle down to a long winter's nap on a comfortable new mattress with 48 months special financing. We have your holiday comfort savings at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was down 350 points at 33,596. The NASDAQ was down 225 points at 11,014, and the S&P was down 57 points at 3,941. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Chandler?
There is a blood drive alert, blood drive alert, blood drive alert. There is a do good opportunity for you coming up this Saturday, December the 10th, as Kinetic Physical Therapy will be hosting a blood drive. Come to 1540 East Arlington Boulevard to donate blood and help save not just human lives, but animal lives as well. For each unit collected, $10 will be donated to the Bear Garden Animal Rescue to pay for a needy animal's medical expenses and get them ready for adoption. To schedule your appointment, go to redcross.org and enter Kinetic PT, or contact Dr. David Edwards at 252-902-7061, and he will help schedule you directly. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Thank you, Chan Man, Shirley Rhodes, Bryce Williams joining us. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. Bryce, we are have hit the month of December. What does that mean for hunting and hunters?
That means we got about a month. Well, we got actually less than a month left of deer season. Unfortunately, I've yet to tag a deer. I could have shot some does and little bucks, but obviously I'm waiting for a reputable shooter buck. So we're still waiting there, but we'll see what happens later on this month. Obviously, trout fishing's firing up right now. The water temperatures are cooling down a little bit and moving into the creeks. And I was able to get out there on Wednesday, take my boat out. Had to get some transom work done previous to that, so I hadn't taken it out in a while. But was taking it out Wednesday and found the fish. Unfortunately, between my buddy Hunter and Jay, they were wearing them out. One after the other, and I ended up catching one. I tell you, there's no guarantees in Mother Nature, I tell you. So,
is that what makes it fun?
What?
Just the unpredictability of it all.
Oh, for sure. Because, you have no idea what you're going to catch, how big a trout you're going to catch, or drum. And then if you're in the woods, you have no idea what size buck may just decide to come out that day. So, obviously the unexpected makes it a thrill.
In sports, it's the human element, and fishing, hunting, the element, I guess.
Yeah, animal element. So like nothing's guaranteed. So I was able to, jump in the water there. Then that was Wednesday. Saturday went fishing, was able to catch some trout. And then I jumped in the woods on Sunday evening, saw some deer. Finally saw a little bit of a buck chasing some does and stuff, but he was a little fella. So, which is a good sign because I haven't seen hardly any of that this year on my father-in-law's property. But I'm hoping something just a big buck just smells a hot doe and decides to take a stroll and see what happens. If not, hopefully I can at least tag out a good nanny doe.
All right, so still nothing, but you were with your brother-in-law when he shot his first.
When I shot his first, yeah.
So you've experienced the thrill, the experience,
harvest, I guess you could say. So that was exciting.
Yeah. So still time for Bryce Willie. I feel like this happened before. You've been kind of late in the year before you got one.
Yeah, it was middle of November-ish. So 2 months have already passed by before I killed one. So hopefully something comes out this December, because some of the does that weren't bred during like November will typically come in heat in December, and hopefully that triggers some curious bucks and something will smell my ladies in the woods and want to come party.
Come on out and party.
Yeah.
Bryce, enjoyed it, man.
Thank y'all.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations, Susan Deans joins Robert Matthews as a treasure chest winner. We'll open it up once again at least one time coming up on Wednesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, the man of Chan, I am Clip Brock. We'll talk to you Wednesday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of